Welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
Hi-yo!
Yeah.
Let's do it, guys. Guess what? It's been 2 weeks since we've been up here, and I'm excited, and I'm just excited.
And I drove 9.5 hours for you listeners to get here on time.
You drove there? Where did you come from?
Arizona.
And you drove from Arizona?
Yes.
It's not that weird.
That's just, it's not a fun ride. I've come
With
to the
two
conclusion.
children's.
I've come to the conclusion that any car drive over 4 hours, I'm just going to start flying. I'm an adult. I make that kind of money now.
Mr. Moneybags.
I'm just going to fly.
Not worth it.
I decided the same thing the last time I drove to Oregon. It was a 12-hour drive.
That's
Oregon
a 12-hour
is
drive.
You know,
Yeah.
flying with kids also sucks, so you're
Yeah.
screwed no matter what.
Let me tell you,
Unless you don't have kids.
I don't have any kids.
the drive to
Ladies.
Vegas is what? 5.5
6,
hours?
yeah.
6? So,
It's not bad.
in the time it takes you to drive to the airport, wait for your plane, fly, get to the other airport,
Rent a car.
rent a car, all that stuff, you only save probably an hour.
I don't care about the time that I'm saving. I'm caring about, I just don't want to sit in a car for that long.
Yeah.
You'd rather sit in an
I'd
airport?
rather sit in a...
Yeah.
I'm one of
Guys.
the people that genuinely enjoy airport terminals.
Standing desks, standing cars. Think about it.
I actually have a standing desk at work.
I have a standing car at work.
I have a standing desk at work that I intend to bring to my house.
I
which
have
is where I
neither.
work. You should get one.
You plebe.
Can't you just
Standing
take your
cars.
chair away and
I thought
then
it
it
was
turns
flat.
into a standing desk?
Because I'm so short, right?
That's a
Just
short
let me
desk.
have this
no,
one,
That's
Jared.
Keep 'em coming!
That's fair. That's way in bounds.
I tried to do the Batman laugh from
Wait.
Lego Batman.
Oh, and you're still calling on sports here?
I'm not going to do that very much.
Just a few minutes ago, you called an RB a right back.
Yeah, no, right block.
Right block.
Right block.
Yeah, it's not a right block, it's a running back. I didn't get the term.
Gosh dang it. Have you guys seen Lego Batman? There's a really funny joke where he's like, what's the password? Alfred the Butler with 2 T's. And he's like, ha 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 ha. It's the best joke in the whole movie.
Huh.
I like that movie also, James.
Thank
Because
you.
I have kids.
I got it for $6 on Black Friday, which we're going to be talking about
I
later.
got it for $250 a couple weeks ago. Slick deals, man.
What?
Slick deals.
Digital download or Blu-ray?
Digital download on Amazon.
Hmm.
$250.
Good job.
All right.
What was that? Did
Time
you-
to move on.
Somebody is sending us a message. God.
Let's see. We need to do
See who that
introductions. Is what we need to do. Owen.
Hey everybody. Good to be back in the seat after 2 weeks, just like regular. And you can catch me on Twitter at Technoan.
I hope every 2 weeks isn't regular for you.
Yeah, that's pretty regular for me.
Man, you
Yeah.
gotta eat some fiber.
I know. Oh, I see what you did there. I haven't been playing any games, but I've been learning a bunch of stuff. And anyway, that's all for me. That's all I got. I don't have any energy for anything else.
All right.
Owen's nerddom has surpassed ours.
I was-
He's so great he doesn't even play games anymore. He
I
just
just
learns.
can't play games.
Life has hit you kind of hard lately.
Yes,
Owen.
yes, I've been playing the game of life.
Oh, that's a downer.
That game's not fun.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Sometimes it's fun.
It's like not designed to win.
Seems the odds might be stacked against us.
Yeah,
The game of life is not
it's
decided.
like you can't beat it.
Doesn't matter what you do, you die at the end.
It's like Animal Crossing.
No matter
You
what.
can never collect everything.
Jaron.
Hey, I'm Jaron. You can find me on Twitter at Jaron, Jarron. I have a PSA for everybody. So a couple weeks ago, I went on a little family vacation, and I was at a restaurant, and my 6-month-old daughter was grabbing my watch, as she usually does. And suddenly, I get a phone call from this weird number in the city that we were staying at. And I'm like, I look at it, that's weird. And I, brush it off. And then I look at the call history on my phone, and I had dialed 911. It turns out, if you hold the power button on the Apple Watch for 10 seconds or longer, it will dial 911.
Not
Isn't
power,
that-
not power off.
No,
That's how I
not
would-
power off.
That's
Not,
how I would power off a device.
Yeah.
not every button that's been in existence for the past 40 years. No, it dials 911.
I just
It's,
did that on my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And that's, dude, there's times when I'm doing push-ups that,
Uh-huh. You can turn it off, but that's the default setting.
hashtag humble brag. That's weird.
So were they kind? Did you call them back?
As soon as I found out what was happening, I called them back, and they're like, "Keep your phone away from your
They got a little.
from your baby."
They got a little salty.
Yeah, they got way salty, and I was
Oh.
thinking, I didn't give my phone to my baby.
That sounds like it's designed almost as poorly, or maybe more so than the Cisco routers.
Yeah.
Where if you hold down
the mode button
for long enough, it
So-
will just delete the entire configuration.
Literally
Wow.
happened to me.
Nice.
Literally happened to me.
What if something like falls on it and like holds the button down?
I was there when that happened
Yeah,
to Owen.
yeah, that happened to me.
It's not good.
So PSA, turn that feature off so you don't accidentally dial 911. Oh, and it also sends an emergency text to all of your emergency contacts. So my brother got it, and his only response was, "What is happening?"
Didn't call.
No.
He just texted
That seems
back.
pretty
Yeah.
caring, though. I mean, is he a really caring guy, or is that above and beyond for him?
That's
I mean,
above and beyond.
yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
for some people, even acknowledging it is like, I care about you, I guess. I don't want to go to your funeral.
I mean-
whatever.
Sure, I'll acknowledge.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit bummed that I'm not one of your emergency contacts.
Hey, keep on the friendship train, and maybe one day you will be.
Yay!
You want to get that incorrect emergency text. Yeah. You want
Yeah.
that bad, James.
I'd be like, I'm coming. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you live. I've been to your house once, but you have really nice floors in your house.
Nobody drunk texts James or drunk tweets James, so he wants to be the emergency.
He needs it.
You
contact.
need something.
I love how my go-to person when I'm drunk and I single people out is Owen.
I love it. I don't get any other
That
attention
is-
any other way, so...
Yeah, I single
The drunk-
Owen out. I'm
the
like,
drunk
you're
tweets
such
I
a
get
great
fr-
guy.
yeah, the drunk tweets I get from James are fantastic.
Tweets or texts?
Text.
It's tweets.
Yeah, it's tweets.
Is it
Yeah,
both?
if
Yeah.
it's not public, I feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
hasn't been text yet. Yeah,
Pure
it's tweets.
millennial right there.
Yeah.
So before I went on vacation this last week, I played some Battlefront 2. I have some thoughts on that. I will share later.
All right. James.
What's up, guys? This is James. I'm here on the Gadget spot. It's been 2 weeks. I'm hoping to participate in this episode, but my body has not been feeling good lately, and Tony pointed it out to me right before we started recording that it's most likely allergies. So
Yeah.
screw you, nature, and we're trying to right
Is
now.
Tony
Global
your life
warming.
coach?
He's not my life coach, but he tells me like sensible stuff that I probably should pick up on.
The word you're looking for is common sense coach.
Yeah, I think you should be making money for this.
I think that's what life coaches are.
Common sense coaches?
Common
Yeah,
sense
exactly.
coaches.
Maybe I have a
They make-
career in
They've
this.
just done really good branding.
They make money.
Yeah.
Should be a life coach.
So he gave me a good bit of advice, and you know what? You can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD, and you can catch me on Xbox One at Funeral Taters. That's Funeral Space Taters. I've noticed a couple of people have added me lately, and I apologize. I haven't been playing very much Xbox lately. Although I did pick up a Black Friday deal, in which these guys will probably talk about later, which was Shadow of War for $10. Eventually, I'll hop online and play that game.
Not just Shadow of War Gold Edition.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a Black Friday deal. It was a price mistake.
Play anywhere, right?
Yeah, play anywhere,
Yeah.
all the expansions,
And
everything.
getting a price mistake, oh man, it's like finding sunken treasure.
Yeah.
It's like mining a crypto coin.
No, it's not.
Oh.
And I have been playing a lot of my Switch lately with a game that I'm going to be reviewing later on in this episode, which is Rocket League. That game is amazing on the Switch. I wasn't sold on it at first, but I'll get into it later. If you would like to add me on your Switch,
Are you going to give out your friend code?
my friend code is
Here we go.
7643 7140 2725.
Thank you, Nintendo, for making that really easy for everyone.
Just so you know, when you add me, my name is Tiny Rick, and I got a little avatar. The picture looks like Tiny Rick.
Oh,
you
hey,
like
nice.
that right there? Yeah.
I like it.
So if you've been playing Rocket League and you want to Rocket League it up, please do not hesitate to shoot me a friend request. I will accept everybody and anybody because at this point, I just need friends.
What was your friend code again?
Do I really have to repeat myself?
Just rewind it.
Just rewind it, people.
Yeah. Eventually, they're gonna introduce something, right? They talked about
Yeah,
online
sure they will.
stuff.
They said eventually,
Yeah.
but they say they'll do a lot of things eventually.
When the Switch 2 comes out, though, maybe switch to normal friends.
Oh!
Do you think they're ever gonna do voice chat
You
outside
mean
of the app?
Voice chat that works on the system you're actually playing it on?
Yeah.
One that you don't have to tie into your cell phone?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
And also, did you guys know that we have a host of the show?
I think they did.
Hey!
Hey, guys.
Hey, Tony.
It's-
Just tried to set you up, man.
It's me. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony, or right here on the Gadget Spot, or on the Geek Show podcast. Weekly on that podcast, bi-weekly here. Maybe daily on Twitter. Maybe. Probably. So game wise, I've been I had some free time last week, as most people did with the Thanksgiving holiday,
Oh, shut up.
and I was at home for the Thanksgiving holiday,
Yeah, shut up.
so I had lots of free time to play video games.
Rub it in.
I completed Wolfenstein 2, fantastic game. Maybe I'll give a little review of that action later in the episode. I am about 3/4 of the way done with Uncharted 4, which I started on Friday.
Woo!
And that game is pretty fun. Graphically, it looks quite good on the PS4 Pro.
When I got into Tony's house today, he went on and on about how he didn't like Uncharted 4.
There is one aspect of it that I don't like. It has nothing to do with the gameplay or the game itself. It's the writing. It really bugs me that you play this character who's super smart and figures out all these clues, but no matter how...
He's not smart, he's charming.
He's both. No matter
he is.
No matter how soon or like how good your character is at figuring out these clues, wherever the next step is, the bad guys have always beat you there and they're waiting to kill you. So it doesn't... It's ridiculous, if you ask me, that Nathan Drake would always be 2 steps behind the people that he's smarter than.
Well,
Doesn't make any sense.
prepare for that in the movies too, because they're making movies.
Well,
Maybe.
I'll if that ever happens, I'll give the movies the benefit of the doubt because it's a very young Nathan Drake.
Ooh.
So, at that point, all right.
Well,
How do you guys
the
feel?
bad guys always have like 20 times the resources as the good guys, so that helps a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, here's the problem. The thing I'm talking about, though, is the clues that they get to tell them where to go next. They're obviously the first people to find the clues, okay? Because there's no evidence of anyone being there before them, and when there is evidence, they bring it up to the viewer.
I'm sure Nathan Drake has had many adventures where he found the stuff before the bad guys.
I don't think
guess
so.
What? They weren't video games because they were boring because it ended in 2 chapters.
I don't think he did, because if he did, he wouldn't be working for a salvage company at the beginning of Uncharted 4, not making a ton of money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a poor person, dude.
He was working for a salvage company because he was whipped.
And because he didn't have money. Because he didn't have any other adventures where he wins.
Yeah, which he would have got paid for. Money.
Anyway, that just, it bothers me.
No, because he's a good thief because he gives it to museums.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably.
No. Anyway, other than that, I'm really enjoying that game. It's been good. And then I've also been playing Animal Crossing
On the mobile?
Pocket Camp? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called?
Did you download that on your phone?
Yeah.
I almost did that today.
I put a couple hours into it, and
Nice.
I was an Animal Crossing fan back when it first came out on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And I played it on my DS for a little bit. Didn't get into it as much as I did on the GameCube, but now having it on my phone, and it's always there to put 5-10 minutes into whenever I feel like it. I love it.
Is
Go out
it
and chop some
as-
trees down or whatever.
So
Is it
I
as-
haven't-
I haven't
there's
played
been
it.
no tree chopping in this one.
Really? What do you do then?
There's bug catching,
Oh,
there's
okay.
fishing,
Right.
there's crafting. There's crafting in this one, so
Oh,
that's kind of
yeah.
cool.
Is it as full of a game as the 3DS version?
Not yet. I don't think so, because like I said, there's no tree chopping and there's no digging yet, and those are 2
the
aspects.
digging's a big part.
Yeah,
Because you
are they
can't
bringing
plant.
it up?
Because you can't
I-
plant trees without digging.
Right,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring that out, but they haven't announced any plans to. But they have no reason not to. Add that as an update later on, get people to come back that have stopped playing it or whatever. But I'm enjoying that one. It's fun. They do try to monetize it, but not too hard. The game's free, but then you can get these leaf tickets to make stuff build faster, craft
Yeah.
faster, stuff like that, and you don't have to use them.
I hate that. I'm so sick of the dual economy in games like this.
Yeah.
I know it's the new way, but
I'm 100% okay with it if it's a free to play game.
yeah.
If it's free to play, sure, that's fine. But if it's a game you got to pay money for, and then you pay more money to unlock the rest of the stuff that the game has,
Refer to our previous episode.
yeah, and we're going to talk about it again this episode.
Ah,
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah.
All right, but before we do that, let's talk about our awesome Patreon contributors.
I got it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the app's not letting me pull up our Patreon
Okay,
contributors.
that's all right.
I got
Jaren's
it.
got it.
So, what is Patreon, guys? James?
Patreon is a non-obligatory way to give back to us if you care about this show, or you just want to, help to contribute to keep the lights on and help to give us money to do cool things. I.e., this last
Robot
Patreon
James.
video. Yeah. This last Patreon video that I just put out, or we just put out yesterday, was us taking a turkey into an unknown location, which was totally legal for us to do.
And chickens.
And we shoved tannerite in the chickens, and we blew them up with Tony's AR-15.
That was pretty dang cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Easily
It
the most expensive video we've ever made. but it was fun.
If you want to see a clip of Tony almost eating it, check it out on our Facebook page. Just search the Gadget Spot.
And you could just replay that. Just loop it over and over and over again.
Mine was way worse. So
Set
I'm
it up
glad
as
you
your
didn't get that on
set it up
video.
as your screensaver.
Yeah.
You know.
And if you want to, just go to patreon.com/GadgetSpot. And if you would like to, you can donate to the show. Like I said, we make cool videos with it. I feel like we make good quality content to help repay you guys for contributing to us. But it also helps with the Thrifty 50, excuse me, which is something that I'm going to be talking about later on in the show. I have a little review on what I got, and it helps to pay service fees for hosting the podcast, just different things. So thank you so much, and we have a tier for tech daddies and tech mommies, and Jaren's going to read off their names.
Yes. So a huge special thank you to AJ Jasper, David Osuna, and Aaron Harris. You guys are awesome. Big thank you to Tommy Rowe, Spencer Knowlton. Uncharted is barely okay. Does that make you happy? Yes, it does, Joe. Because you just admitted that Uncharted is okay. And that makes me happy.
But barely.
Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Ryan McQueen, Casey Dilly, Johnny Rios, Derek Allred, Ryan Baker, Lindsay Lucas, Michael Beck, Matt Nelson, Jeffrey Kale, David Broshinsky, Roger Allen, Austin Beauregard, Crocubot, Dan Clark.
Crocubot. Nice.
Oh, they're laughing at Dan Clark.
No.
Brian Lee, Conrad Southworth, Adam Hecht. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Who's your guys' favorite Vindicator? Just wondering.
I never really clicked with the Vindicators that much, but probably, what's his name? The janitor one. He's the best.
Oh, Noob?
Noob.
I just noticed that Owen's wearing the shirt that he got at the Rickmobile.
Indeed, I am.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
That is a white shirt. No
Yeah.
shades of gray there.
We'll give me a couple washes with it. I'll wash it with some blacks.
It'll be great.
We'll get it grayed out.
Yeah.
Thanks, make me
Yeah.
feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some emails that we're going to talk about, and some of these are they got some good topics. So I
Just
decided.
one, right?
I thought we had a couple.
I only see the one from Adam.
I thought we had more than that. Let's look real quick, but
Got some maybe some Facebook messages.
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Owen, you want to look for the Facebook stuff
Yeah, I will.
real quick?
I got Adam's email.
Okay, go ahead and read Adam's email, and I'll look through the other email. I thought there was one or two that maybe just didn't get marked as unread.
Okay, here we
I'll
go.
look.
Destiny and podcast apps from Adam. Dear Gadget Spot, first of all, big thank you for the SNES Classic.
He was the winner!
Yep, I have received it and I'm loving it. Cuff. Check is in the mail. Cuff.
I get it. He's acting like he bribed us for it.
Yeah.
He did not.
Oh, wait, if you did, then you pretty much purchased it because it wasn't too expensive.
And if he did, the other three of us aren't seeing the money.
Well, I was going to say, if he did, he sent it to the wrong place.
I have a few questions and comment for each of you. Tony, how is Destiny 2? I've been debating on getting it myself for PC because I have heard good things but have never tried the series before. Tony, go for it.
Destiny 2 on the PC is great. It scales really well, so even if you don't have a system that's super powerful, it'll still run well on any gaming PC, anything with like a medium range to even slightly low range dedicated graphics card. And it's just your classic Destiny style gameplay. Bungie nails the shooting mechanics. This time the story's good, and
This time's the stories.
well, this time there is a story, I guess I should say. And the shooting mechanics are, I already said that. It's Bungie. I mean, you can't go wrong on that one. The biggest thing you're going to want to think about for Destiny 2, if you're going to play it on PC or not, or console, is just go where your friends are. If you know people that are playing it on a certain platform, that'll be the one you want to get it on because it runs really well on all of them. Bungie just hit it out of the park on this one.
I echo that. I have it for PlayStation, and it's fun. It's great. I love it.
There's a good chance that I might be giving out a Destiny 2 key in the future
snap.
for PC. Just throwing that out there.
Are we going to hype it and then not do it like last time?
Hey, I'm still going to do that. I had a really rough 2 weeks at work, but now
Even though you took one of those weeks off?
I worked most of that week, and that's why it was so rough. So yeah, we'll get that.
Okay, moving on with the email. Jaron and James, have you guys noticed the change on the podcast app on iOS, and what is your opinion on the format change? I have noticed it. I like that it's more in line with the music app now, the similar UI, but it seems like there's more clicks to play an episode, which I don't like.
I just use Stitcher. I used the Apple podcasting app a couple years ago, and I didn't like it because it kept giving me little reminder blips. And I know I could turn them off in notifications, but it just annoyed me. And I feel like Stitcher is a better formatting.
Yeah, overall I like it, so there you go. I told my father you were interested to know how my father's laptop battery power wall / solar panel project goes, and he is reinvigorated to try to get it done. We'll let you know details soon. If you want to say what he is doing on a podcast or an email video, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I want to. I would love to. It's like he's building a DIY one, right? Out of laptop batteries or something, some kind of batteries.
You're the one that talked to him about it. Tell us about it, Owen.
So it was at the meetup. It was at the meetup.
Okay.
We were talking for a second.
Don't get so defensive, man.
It's
fine. It's fine.
I'm just glad
Calm
that I
down,
remember
Owen.
that it was at the meetup.
Owen,
Yeah.
calm down.
All right. Sorry. I'll come right back down to here.
There it is.
And we were talking about solar panels and power, and he talked about how his dad's doing that project, and that's really cool because I love. There's a whole community of people that are doing that with batteries from electric cars, and
they get old electric car batteries.
So
Where do you get those?
They use them. They don't get old ones. They just use them to make their own Tesla Powerwall.
But where do you get the batteries?
Well, the guy on YouTube that I follow, he's actually a car dealer.
Oh.
And they run a mechanic. They run an auto shop.
He's got the inside.
He's got the supplier source there. But but they it's a complete DIY type of thing they're doing, and it's actually becoming pretty. I mean, it's always been available to do. It's just they haven't had batteries that can hold a charge and dissipate without generating too much heat. So that's been the thing. Anyway, that was all. So keep us posted on that project because I always like to hear about when it's actually done.
Yeah.
And I can talk to somebody either first or maybe even secondhand, just and see how it's going. Because I like to see those in real life. That I say I know somebody that did that.
You're also kind of a DIY guy.
Yeah, I dig that.
So yeah,
I over project myself all the time. I have probably 4 or 5 projects that are in the same state as probably that guy's Powerwall.
Oh.
He has 20 monitors in his basement.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
we shot him up.
Yep. You're welcome. Same with some hard drives. You're welcome for that too.
Yeah.
If you want to see a video of Owen's hoardness, it's one of our first videos on our Facebook page where he combats his social anxiety.
Yeah.
I love
free
that.
buckets.
Yeah, free buckets. I still have those buckets.
Are you using them for
nope,
anything?
No, I didn't. I didn't ever use it.
They
I just
shot,
have it, and I haven't even cleaned it out.
I just want everybody to know they shot the video without me. This was like a week
while
after I
ago.
started.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
you guys did lunch together and then invited me as you guys were showing up.
Well,
Like,
because
hey.
you happen to work like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on with the email still.
If you're trying to make me
Oh,
feel
there's
bad, it's
more.
not
There's-
working.
No,
There's more.
I've given up on that years ago.
Finally, Jaren, you talked about testing out the iRig system with your guitar. When are we going to hear you play it?
Did I not put out an iRig video? For
No, you did. So iRig, this was my Thrifty 50. You plug your guitar into this little device, plug it into your iPad or iPhone, and you can record yourself. It's really, really cool. Even if you have put it on Patreon, exclusive video, would love to see it being a guitarist myself.
Sorry. No.
There's plenty of guitarists on YouTube who are really bad, and there's plenty of guitarists on YouTube who are really good. And I'd probably be at the bottom of that.
No, you're right in the middle. I've seen you play.
Huh?
Shoot for the middle.
No, I haven't seen you play.
No, you haven't.
Shoot for mediocrity.
I'd say good, not great.
So, I don't know. Maybe if I feel inspired one day, I'll throw it up on Patreon as a free thing because it definitely would not be good enough for a monthly video. But
Why don't you just put it on regular YouTube?
Because I don't want people to know what I do. Because I'm really bad.
That's okay.
I have no shame. I'll put up a video of just about anything, like getting a free bucket or,
I was okay at one point, but it's been years and years and years.
So he's going to go practice for the next 3 months to feel like he's okay.
go-
I don't have that kind of dedication or time.
You just have to practice one song, and video lies. I mean, they
It's
don't
true.
know. They don't know the 300 takes it took to get that. Am I right, James?
Yep.
He knows how it is.
Sure does.
I actually am practicing a song right now, but
What song is it?
it's a Christmas song.
Because we're gonna hold your toes to the fire.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
chestnuts.
Womp, womp,
Christmas. Chestnuts
Da-da-da.
roasting on an
I get
open
it.
fire.
Yep.
Toast.
Got it.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
I got that reference.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Adam, for your email. That was awesome.
Yes, thanks for writing in. If anyone feels like writing in ever, it's the gadgetspotcast at gmail.com, or hit us up on Facebook with a direct message on our Facebook page. And apparently I have been smoking something. We have no other emails or Facebook messages.
Yeah, there's some people that contact us on Facebook, and I didn't read the post. I just kind of like, okay, save that for the show, but they were not related. They weren't questions really.
Oh,
My
okay.
favorite thing is when they ask you guys a question, you guys answer it, and then I get to it after you answer it, and I'm just like, hey, this is James.
I just
want to say
I
hi.
just want to be a part.
Just want to be a part
I
of
think
it.
it's adorable.
I participate.
Can I do my review really quick of Thrifty 50?
Yep.
So, this month's Thrifty 50, I actually broke it up into two separate things. I had a game that I wanted to do, and I, decided to switch stuff up a little bit. Gosh dang it, where'd it go? And there it is. And so what I did was I bought one video game worth $20, and then I gave the opportunity to my wife to pick a gadget for $30, and I had her write up a review about it. The game that I got was Rocket League for the Switch, and I love Rocket League. It's such a good game. You can pick it up, play 10 minutes, and then put it down and feel fulfilled. And I felt like it translated really, really well to the Switch. The Switch was exactly what was missing from my Rocket League game playing. It's great that it's portable, and the graphics at the beginning kind of bothered me a little bit. The cars look a little pixelated to me. Backgrounds look great. Plays really, really well. I did notice that loading time when you're switching stuff out in your garage, it's a little bit laggy on the loading time with that, but yeah, there's that. And the item that we got for the Thrifty 50, which was $30, was an air purifier. And if you know me, I don't believe in air purifiers. I think they're witchcraft. And especially with the amount that my wife leaves our windows open.
It's really weird, man.
And,
I
and how many cats you have? You got a couple, right?
Yeah, we're witches.
You would definitely benefit from an air purifier.
But yeah.
But one for how big is the one you got?
Well, it's only about now big.
Okay.
It's, about a foot.
It's like a closet.
Yeah.
You do a closet.
Yeah.
Well, it's meant for a single bedroom.
Yeah. Owen's right, James. You got to get a big one.
But,
Unless you stick it right by your head, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
if you
a good
sleep
idea.
by it, maybe.
Yeah.
But who can sleep with? Do you guys sleep with air blowing across your face?
Maybe you can perch it on your shoulder, kind of like a parrot.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so what we got was the Gadget electronic air plug-in purifier with UV air sanitizer. My biggest thing was the amount that we sleep with our windows open. It's just like, what's the point of this? Because if we sleep with our doors open, it just makes sense to me, air circulating inside, outside. It's like leaving the heater on and leaving your window open.
Just a little snake oil. Little placebo effect.
So you're not entirely wrong, in my opinion, about having your windows open the whole time. But on your main floor, do you have the windows open all the time, too?
No. So we have plugged
And
it in
that's-
different plugs around our house.
And that's where your cats are most of the time, I'm assuming, is the main floor.
They don't come in our bedroom. They're not allowed.
That's definitely where you want to have your air purifier.
Is in the bedroom?
No, in the main floor.
Oh.
So
yeah,
how-
we
so-
plugged it in there.
Have you flipped it open and checked out the filter at all? Is it catching anything?
Yes and no.
It turns. They all turn gray,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, they're working because they're turned gray. But I don't believe in them fundamentally.
You think they just color change
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah, they're just like.
Well, that's where
Like
you're
those
wrong.
old toys in cereal boxes?
Because if you just take a vacuum and put it on the filter right there where it's gray, it'll be the same
That's
color
true.
as it was when you started.
That's true.
So
I've
the
never
best
done
part
that.
is I had my wife write up this review, and she wrote it as if I'm saying it. So this is kind of
All
exciting.
right, let's hear it.
Ooh.
Okay, my
I'm
wife
excited
tends
for
to be on the sensitive side of smell. She's been suggesting an air purifier for a while now. I don't trust air purifiers. I think they're witchcraft. See how well she knows
She
me?
knows you.
Since we are married, we compromised and got an air purifier. She purchased the Gideon electronic
Wait,
plug.
she compromised on the marriage?
Yeah.
Oh!
Are you serious? Yeah, have you seen how much better looking she is than me? I got a little bit of a personality, but boy howdy, she took a step down with looks. It's great for small
Oh, wait.
spaces.
Are you funny or
No,
something?
no, she didn't. There, I got your back.
Wow, what was that? What was the lag time on that? Anybody?
I don't get the reference.
Okay. It's great for small spaces up to 150 square feet, which is great for our little house.
How much is 150 square feet?
We're in a 150 square
Yeah.
foot room right
Oh,
now.
never mind.
10 by 10. Okay, well, I don't know the math.
If you're gonna put it on your main floor, you
That's
want to get
100, but
one that does like
Yeah, my
a
living room.
400 square foot. or 500 square foot.
My living room is at least 3 times this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You should plug it in there, though, because it'll help.
Since we sleep with the door closed, the air gets pretty stale by the morning. We noticed that it has kept the air fresh and crisp. Since then, we have placed this in our animals room, and while my wife was dicing onions, we like this a lot, and are looking into another one for the larger space. Apparently, we're looking into another one, guys.
Hey, actually, that's pretty cool that you could use it for like spot scent, like if you're like doing onions or
where
something.
you're cooking for sure.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
I just like that. Apparently, you're looking for a new one now that you didn't know about.
Doubling down
so
on witchcraft.
we enjoy clean and healthy air. So it's easy and safe. Eliminates all germs, apparently. Odors, allergens, and pollutants in your home. Kills bacteria.
No, pollutants.
Oh, dang it.
Yep,
Kills
sorry.
bacteria and germs. The ultraviolet light kills over 98% of airborne germs, which is witchcraft to me. It's energy efficient. It consumes only 8 watts of energy. It contains 2 stainless steel permanent filters that can be easily cleaned and never need to be changed. It's safe and easy to use, so even you can use it. Gosh dang it, seriously, Bugs. Silent operations.
This is from the
Features
Amazon
a whisper quiet technology fan system. And the price is $34.95.
Did you
Proofread that before?
Yeah.
No, not even a little bit.
So, what's the model? What's the brand?
So it is the Gideon electric plug.
Gideon electric plug.
Yeah,
$35.
for $35. I highly suggest. It's great for like. So I cleaned. We keep our kitty litter box in like a closet.
Perfect.
And it's great. I just stick it in there for like 30 minutes before I hop in and have purify the air.
how
Then I hop
long
in.
do you spend in the closet with the kitty litter? Like, how often is this a thing?
What?
Going into the kitty litter closet.
Once a week?
That's where you can really think
Is that
out
where you-
these big
But
projects.
it's still,
Unwind.
that's actually still a really good idea. The closet's a perfect place to do
No,
it.
so the,
I clean out the kitty litter box. Why
it's
else
to
would I be
clean
going
it.
in there?
Oh, okay.
So
now
I
I get
What
it.
did you think I was referencing?
I didn't know. Just like to hang out in the kitty litter closet.
Why would I like to hang out in the kitty litter?
That's why I
closet?
was confused.
It smells like formaldehyde in there. Formaldehyde.
so we established that it's not very good for big rooms, but I like the idea of a spot air purifier
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
Bring it where you need
one
it.
of those Airwick things, except instead of smelling like a fake potent perfumey thing, smells like fresh.
It smells like fresh. That's their motto.
I can't wait for you to talk. I'm gonna mock the crap out of you today.
No, you won't.
No, I won't.
Great.
I'm too nice of a person.
Well, cool. Thanks for reviewing those.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah.
Let us know what other air purifier you guys decide to get.
Probably a lot bigger one.
Yeah.
We've been looking into the Dyson
Have you
one.
seen the one that I have downstairs?
Sure did.
You get that one from Costco. I think it was $250, something like that.
That one's
It's
gigantic.
so much money.
Dude, your Dyson one's going to be at least twice that.
Gosh dang it.
Does Dyson make it? I thought they just
Yeah.
made like a
They make it.
big fan.
That's an
No, they
air
have
purifier.
some air purifiers.
The fan is the circular one. The purifier is more of like a oval.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
My man.
My man. Yes.
Yes.
Rick and Morty hole. Okay. Real quickly, I just want to talk briefly about Intel doing their own.
Oh, good. Intel.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James?
Super.
Doing their own
didn't work.
their
Sorry.
own reviews. They do their own reviews on or benchmarks on the AMD EPYC server processors.
Wait, Intel does that?
They did it, right?
Yeah, so Intel went and benchmarked the EPYC stuff. So basically, they can say, "This is what AMD does. This is what ours do. This
Right.
is why you should buy ours."
And it didn't work out well.
Well, no, it didn't actually.
It didn't go so
Did
great.
they do it in front of a studio audience or something?
There was a presentation where, well, the benchmarking was pre-done, but they had
Yeah.
slides and everything. But the problem is you look at their slides, and yeah, Intel outperformed AMD in almost every facet.
Didn't you tell me to get
But-
an Intel processor for my computer?
I did. We're talking about data center
Oh, good
CPUs right now. And Intel outperformed AMD in pretty much every aspect with their Xeon stuff, but not by a ton.
And not for the cost.
And
that is the price point. Pretty
that's the thing.
Yeah.
When you compare the price point, that the top end Intel chip starts at $10,000. The top end EPYC chip starts at $4,000, and you're definitely not getting 2.5 times the performance out of that Intel chip. So it was really interesting. We'll link it in the show notes.
If you got the rack space, you could just
That's the thing.
on everything.
Double up, and then you're already outperforming a single.
Oh yeah.
Double up. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Just trying to participate.
So anyway, that was interesting to me. I just love that AMD is making a comeback. Now, pretty soon too, you're going to see stuff trickling out about their new mobile processors, and they've had a few things come out already about them, but it's not for sure like review unit stuff yet. It's kind of leaked benchmark stuff, and it's all looking really, really good actually. But I don't want to talk about it until I get some like firm, concrete comparisons on there. But it's looking good for them. So AMD, good job this year. I mean, the only thing AMD I think didn't do that great this year on was their price to performance on the AMD Vega 64.
Their GPU.
GPU, yeah. The 56 did great price to performance, but the 64. It should have been better.
That's a lot of people in the mining world. A lot of people were throwing the 56's the firmware on the 64.
Yeah,
and like hacking it together to make it work really good.
Yeah,
make it work better.
So other than that, though, with their Ryzen stuff and their EPYC processors and their Threadripper and the other
their Threadrippers have been on sale lately on Slick Deals.
No, they've come down
good price.
So the $1,000 Threadripper chip over Black Friday was $800.
That's pretty good.
That's a 20% discount off normal price.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
is that a
that's good.
20% discount.
It's just AMD does this. They used to do it all the time, where they'd come in at a performance metric that was almost as good and then undercut on price. But for so many years, their stuff wasn't almost as good.
Yeah.
But now they're back in the game, and it's just awesome to see the competition.
I like it because I think it's making NVIDIA and Intel, they're innovative. They have to take note.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, and speaking of which, I will comment on this rumor that I found. Did I put it in the notes? Maybe I didn't put it in the notes. I thought I did. Oh, yeah, there it is. The Intel 9th generation CPU leak.
Yeah.
The i9?
Yeah, no, not i9, because that's their extreme core processors right now.
Right.
I'm talking about 9th gen, so next year's i7s and i5s. Now, okay, take this one with a grain of salt, but the 9700K, which would be the successor to the 8700K right now, rumored to be a 8-core 16-thread chip.
Wow.
Which would be 100% in competition with Ryzen 7 1700 and 1800, 8-core 16-thread chip. So,
when are they going to redo that architecture?
For Intel's?
Yeah.
It is beyond past due.
Yeah. They broke the whole TikTok method.
First of all, they announced that they're going to break the TikTok method.
Yeah.
And then they
don't.
They did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did. But then they didn't do what they said they did.
They didn't even break it in the way they said they would. They broke it even further.
Yeah.
Like, they've been on the 14 nanometer process for 3 generations now.
Too long.
And rumors are pointing that the 9th gen is also going to be on 14 nanometer. They're calling it 14 nanometer plus plus. Two pluses.
Ooh.
Just keep putting pluses at the end.
Some pluses on it.
We can't get it to go smaller.
Just
put another plus on it.
Boost the clock by 100, put plus on it, call it good.
Yeah.
Ship it.
So hopefully Intel, I'm sure they're in the process, but I don't know. It just they're stagnating right now. The problem is their stagnation is still just as good, if not a little bit better than what AMD has right
That's
now.
how far ahead they were.
But not for the price.
Not for your price. You're right. Not for your price. But that's how far they were ahead of AMD. It's insane. Okay, let's talk a little bit about we got to talk about loot boxes, because that is such a big thing in the news right now.
Right.
So let's see. We have 2 links here on the loot box stuff.
Yeah.
Who put the?
I put the second one in.
Okay.
It got banned. So.
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
So it's actually in. I think it's. Let me pull up the link, but I think it's Bulgaria.
So actually, after our last episode, EA put on hold
Belgium.
all the being able to purchase credits in Battlefront 2.
So you can't buy upgrades with real money anymore.
So this one's this one's kind of in that same vein of loot boxes. It doesn't apply to Battlefronts.
Not right now.
Not right now.
But as soon as they unlock that door again, then it will apply.
So the header of the article is loot boxes. Oh, actually, this one is about Battlefront. Loot boxes present in Battlefront 2 are gambling. Belgium's Minister of Justice says, trying to get them banned.
Yep.
So he's saying that type of setup or economy in a game is as addictive and as dangerous as gambling, and that the youth in Belgium shouldn't be doing it. So it's pretty crazy that it's actually leaking out of like the game, because gamers just complain about that stuff all the time. They're like, this is dumb as they play it.
Yeah,
they're like, this is the dumbest. I'm gonna put 4 more hours and then I'm gonna stop. I'm
done.
12 more hours and I quit.
I complained about it on Twitter, but I keep playing.
I'm going to Reddit and I'm gonna write up a thing after I play this for 12 more days. But yeah, it's kind of funny to see it jump out and actually be addressed by political fashion.
Yeah.
In places where it's starting to become, the whole. You remember back in the 90s and stuff when it was like video game violence, and it was.
This is the new one.
It's the new. This is the new thing. As things evolve, it's kind of funny to see it jump out parts of it like that.
It's interesting to me that things got so bad that governments actually decided to take a look at it. Now
I think some of that is. I don't think it's gone that bad yet. I just think the outcry from a very, very popular game is what's caused
but
it.
the outcry was so big, which means it's gotten that bad that governments have actually started to take a look at it.
It just means some senators' kids were so bent out of shape about it.
Dad!
I spent $60 on this game. Or he's like, son, how come I have $50,000 in charges on my card?
I still don't think it's that bad. I'll get into that when I talk about Battlefront 2, but it's not in a good direction. It's not going in a good direction, and I'm glad this is coming up.
Well, I've heard that it's a game-breaking thing too. I have a coworker that he's not appreciative of the microtransactions, but he's like, I really like this game, and I want to play it, and I don't owe you guys an excuse. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And apparently they didn't completely take loot boxes out of it. You can't purchase them, but you still get them for certain things.
You get them with the credits you earn while you play multiplayer and arcade mode and stuff.
And he said that multiple times he's gone in to cash it, and it breaks the game. It shuts his whole system down.
Oh, really?
Bug.
That's interesting.
So I told them to uninstall and reinstall. But
I heard it has been a little bit buggy, but I think they've issued some patches since then. And might as well go into my Battlefront 2 thoughts right now, since we're kind of talking about
I wasn't done. There's another link on here that I want you guys to go look at.
Oh my gosh!
It's
forget the whole segue. Forget it.
I thought it was a good segue.
It wasn't time to segue yet. That's the problem, Jared.
We were talking about Battlefront 2. We can go back and do it after I talk about Battlefront 2.
We're still gonna talk about it.
We'll tag you on the end there.
The small angry one.
Yeah, Jason, come on, calm down. There's a really good video I thought that Boogie2988 put out on YouTube. It goes into all of this. It's specifically talking about Battlefront 2 the entire time and how Belgium and other European countries are looking into it, as well as Hawaii has come out, and the government of Hawaii has said no.
The gaming commissions of those states have come out.
And the interesting thing that Boogie brings up is that we have the ESRB that monitors and
the rating system.
Has a rating system for video games that's supposed to prevent stuff like this from reaching government levels. They're supposed to monitor it themselves as a private entity.
I thought they only monitored content.
Well, gambling would be a content.
Right.
If you look at the back of any of them that have gambling aspects, it will say, if I remember correctly, I've seen it before. It says virtual gambling.
Oh, I see.
And the fact that they deemed this that it's not gambling, and then governments have stepped in at this point and said, this is gambling, and it's just as addictive for little kids as old people on slot machines.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
One major distinction, you can't get money back.
Yeah, so it's worse.
Yeah, it's even worse than gambling.
Right. So the house always wins.
The house will win 100% of the time.
No matter.
Especially with Battlefront 2, and you consider you're gambling to try and win stuff that came on the disc.
Right.
It's not even new stuff.
Right. So wait,
segue into Battlefront 2.
Okay, Battlefront 2.
What do you think about it, Jared?
Here's my take.
Jason?
I've only played it maybe 4 or 5 hours, so I still have a lot to play, but my impressions up until now. Overall, if you are a huge Star Wars fanboy / nerd like me, get it, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, you can probably pass. There's better gameplay out there, there's better stories out there. But to me, I like it. It's a chance for me to get immersed in the Star Wars universe, and I'm having a good time.
Which modes have you played?
I've played single player, a few missions there, and I've played multiplayer quite a bit.
Which multiplayer, though?
I've tried all the modes.
Okay.
And I like all the modes. The Starfighter Assault, like we mentioned before, is really, really cool and fun. The normal
Troops on the ground
stuff. It's very similar to Battlefront 1, but there's a few... They refined the gameplay, they didn't change the gameplay. So if you didn't like the gameplay from Battlefront 1, it's not going to change your mind. But a few things that really bothered me from Battlefront 1, they addressed in 2. So, for example, when your pistol is overheating, you can actually recharge it. So it's kind of like just reloading ammo.
Yeah, you can cool it down manually.
Yep, and that feels a lot better than what it felt like in the first one.
Definitely.
The graphics are stunning. They are crazy good. I have it on the 1X. And if you're a graphics nerd, this game could really
get you going.
Rev your engines. If you know what I mean. The whole loot box thing, I was expecting something a whole lot worse than what it is. You can actually choose most of your upgrades to buy.
Oh, that's good.
With in-game currency. And the loot boxes, yes, it'll give you random stuff, but you can dismantle it for in-game currency. So you can actually choose your upgrade path more or less. It's not perfect, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. If you're the type of person who must have every unlockable, yeah, don't get it, because you'll get frustrated. If you're just fine with, not completing the whole thing, just having a good time, I don't think it'll make you mad. So that's my take. So far, I'm liking it. But like I said, if you want a really, really awesome first-person shooter, go buy Titanfall 2.
Yeah. I really like that game. Or
that game's good.
Or Wolfenstein 2. That game's fantastic as well.
Titanfall 2 you can pick up for way cheap.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 is dirt cheap right now.
Yep.
I think normal price for Titanfall 2 is $20.
The story of Titanfall 2 wasn't that great, but the gameplay was just so good.
I disagree. I really enjoyed the single-player campaign.
I enjoyed it too, because the gameplay was awesome.
I thought the story was really cool too.
I could use an entire game based on...
was good. It wasn't great, though.
The time thing.
Yeah, that level was
that one
so
part
cool.
where it's like you're just shooting the crap out of everybody, and it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna die, and then he just stops, and like it's just this quiet room with nobody in it.
So you know how Mario games introduce a new concept in one level, and then they completely throw that out of the water and not even pay attention to that concept in the later levels? That's kind of how Titanfall 2 was.
A little bit.
They introduce a new concept in one level, then throw it out the next level, have another new concept. It was really
Yeah, but there are some games out there that introduce a new concept to you with every level and then expect you to remember that and then move forward. So by the end of the game, it's like...
You're doing a whole kind of...
Yeah, I don't remember what to do.
Yeah, you're doing so much different stuff, it makes it hard to remember the little things you learned earlier on.
That was my problem with The Witcher, is there's so much stuff to do and remember. I'm sure if I were to put the time into it, it makes it really personable, but it was hard to remember stuff.
I could see what you mean there, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially... and that's one of the things that I liked about The Witcher is the
immersiveness,
the depth and breadth of what you can do as a character. Because you have alchemy, you have magic, you have
sword fighting.
There's all the crafting you can do for your armor.
I'm sure that's fantastic.
That's what I'm getting at is if you're a person who likes to taste everything in the game that it has to offer. You might get overwhelmed for sure. Yeah. But if you decide, I'm just going to be a sword fighter, and with some magic skills, you can just upgrade that path and do it that way.
And they introduce things slowly, because in some games, they just throw it all at you.
That's the thing. The Witcher 3, every branching path is open from the beginning. You have to choose what you want to dedicate your resources to at the beginning.
Which is
kind of hard.
Fantastic, I'm assuming, for somebody who's beaten it once and you want to play it again.
Yeah.
Because I always hate how...
you know what you're going to do. Right?
Yeah.
Like, my problem would be like, I would sit at the beginning and just look at them all and be like...
I could see how that'd be overwhelming.
Which do I choose?
So...
yeah, that's one of my problems with World of Warcraft, too. I sit there and I'm just like, gosh, what character do I want to be? Do I want to relate to this character? Is it going to be a human?
I hate having to choose a character at the beginning of the game where you have no idea what you want to be because you don't know anything about it.
Well, especially with World of Warcraft.
Never play an Elder Scrolls game then.
Halfway through, you're like this girl dragon, and you're like, I didn't want to be this.
Exactly. I don't want to play another 30 hours ago.
How many of you guys didn't know what you were getting into at first with Pokemon, and then you just chose your starter one, and it's just like, I hope this is going to turn out cool?
I did that with the teams, with the Pokemon Go. Remember the teams?
Oh, yeah.
The wrong team.
Which team did you choose?
You chose yellow, didn't you?
Yeah, why?
So,
Zapdos, probably?
Yeah, I don't know. Just because it was yellow. There was
Yellow
really
is
no...
the Hufflepuff of Pokemon teams.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Hufflepuff.
I'm in
I switched
Hufflepuff.
to Team Blue and then
That's what I did too.
played the game as long as it would let me play it from my house and not have to actually walk around.
How many times did you walk to San Francisco?
Quite a few. I mean, I just found a really cool place actually down in downtown Salt Lake that was just within three Poke lure stops places anyway, and I would just get all the stuff there.
I could see that.
Nice. All right.
What was your guys' starting Pokemon? Which one did you guys choose from the get-go?
Well, I only played one Pokemon game. It
Which
was Red, Ruby.
You did? Oh, you did Ruby Red?
Ruby, the one for the 3DS where it was a remake of the Ruby one. Do you know what I'm saying? There was Ruby and Sapphire.
So what were the starting Pokemon? Was it the new ones, or was it still Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle?
It was...
It was probably the new ones.
I think it was new ones, and I don't remember what I got.
Mine was a leaf cutter in Black, I think. Pokemon Black.
That was the first one that you played? Was
Yeah.
Pokemon Black?
Mm-hmm.
There's
What
been
about
a
you?
Pokemon
I never
Black.
played it.
What?
I didn't play it until my kid got a DS. I was never into that game.
That's why Pokemon Go never spoke to me, because I never played it.
So, fun story. When I was a little kid, I had a Pokemon, or a Game Boy Color, and my mom took me to Dillard's, where they used to sell games.
Mhm.
And we bought Rampage, and I played it and I beat it
What a
while she
great
was
game.
shopping. And she took it back to the guy, and she's like, he beat this game, and we've only been here for like 15 minutes. Like, he shouldn't be able to do that. And he's like, I'm not taking back the game. And she's like, you are taking back the game, or you're swapping out the game. And so he's like, all right, whatever, we'll swap out the game. That's fine. I'll just put it back in the packaging. Nobody will know. And I knew Pokemon was turning into kind of a thing, and I saw Pokemon Blue because I like the color blue, and I got Squirtle. Squirtle was my very first one, and I love the game.
Wow, you
that's how
got
it started.
2 games for 1.
I did the exact same thing when
Bonus.
Star Wars Battlefront came out.
What a cool origin
Because remember
story.
that? I asked for a return or refund on that, and they gave me the money back, and I bought Fallout 4.
That's what I did with Splatoon 2.
What did you get with the money?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing at all.
so that's not like the...
Well, I'm going to, because it's
story.
Nintendo credit.
What? Oh, cool.
No, I got Super Mario Odyssey months later.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Which I'm still teetering on buying Skyrim. I want to so
I
bad,
feel the
but I don't
same.
know if I really want
You know
to
what?
commit $60.
You guys haven't played it yet. I would say do it.
$60?
I'm going to wait till it's 30.
Is it like the Game of the Year edition? Does it have like everything?
Yeah, it's got everything. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get it right now.
I saw him make that decision.
You saw it in his
I saw
eyes.
him go,
Okay.
I'm doing this right now.
The thing is I'm sitting here and I'm trying to beat Mario Rabbids before I get into anything else. And It
Okay.
didn't work.
He literally he picked up his phone to buy it, ended up grabbing his Switch, and now he's
Now he's playing.
This is why I shouldn't bring the
Habits.
Switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
Put it
one
away.
of the worst
Put it away,
designs
James.
in with the Switch is you have to enter your password to get into the store, and then you have to enter your password again when you buy something.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
I think I turned that off, because I haven't done that in a while.
Can you?
Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't remember having to enter a
Ah.
password at all.
So speaking of video games, let's keep going down that direction.
Yeah, I
real
like
quick.
talking about video games.
And let's talk about Xbox One X versus the PS4 Pro
Oh, yeah.
and a gaming PC. So I've seen several articles and videos. I think the last one I watched was one by Linus Tech Tips, where they talk about how an Xbox One X stacks up against a PS4 Pro, stacks up against a gaming PC that you can build for $500.
But PS4 Pro is $100 cheaper, though. Remember
right,
that.
and they talk about all that. But it was interesting to see, because Linus Tech Tips is super PC Master Race. Like they are PC all the way 100%. And by the end of the
like
video,
disdain for consoles.
almost,
Okay.
not quite,
Right.
but
Is Linus Tech Tips just that one guy?
well, he's got a whole organization he employs. Actually, it's pretty interesting what he's built.
Man, why can't we build something like that?
Well, he also probably gets
We're not Canadian.
$200,000 plus per, video.
I mean, we don't have earrings either.
Yeah.
James, pierce your ears.
I'm not making that sacrifice. I thought about it, but nah.
We'd have to do his nose.
Why?
Okay, I'll choose
Why
that.
is it me?
I'll,
Why don't you?
I'll
Why do
pierce
you
his
guys do
nose.
it?
You're the easiest
And
to
you-
sway.
Yeah.
No, I went by Skyrim. Leave me alone.
And you already said you'd let us tase you, so maybe we'll just change that to pierce.
I'm gonna take that back. I don't want you guys to tase me anymore.
What?
We need another $340. Let's make it happen.
I don't want to do that anymore.
His wife actually wants kids. I didn't know that a year ago.
We don't need to tase him in his junk.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Why would you aim for the
If you're not
crotch?
gonna tase
I thought it
me
was
in my gym,
assumed.
No.
You're not gonna do it at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, if that's what he wants.
No, I don't want it at all.
Oh,
A
okay.
junk tase it is.
Yeah. So it was fascinating, or it has been fascinating, and as a person who owns all three of those things, to see how it compares. Well, I take it back. I don't own a $500 gaming PC. I own a much nicer gaming
You own
PC.
a much nicer. It's even
Crypto.
more braggadocious than it is what you say.
You own a much nicer crypto machine.
Yes. So here's the thing, and I said this as the Xbox One was launching after my first impressions, and even leading up to it, I believed this as well. For $500, you can't beat the performance that an Xbox One X has. The gaming PC that I saw Linus Tech Tips put together had like a 1050 Ti, current modern GPU, but the 1050 Ti is kind of just a little bit on the low end of.
How many teraflops is that?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I'm gonna look it
But
up.
you have, when you go up the scale, there's, as far as gaming GPUs go, there's 1050, 1050 Ti, 1060, 1070, 1070 Ti, 1080, and 1080 Ti. So 1050 Ti is kind of on the low end. But if you want to actually game at 4K or approaching 4K, Xbox One X is kind of the way to go, is what I'm reading, and I would have to agree as a user myself. Now the PS4 Pro, I've thoroughly enjoyed, and it's just like any console. When you have exclusive games developed by in-house developments, they're going to make those games look better than a multi-platform game. So the PS4 Pro
Right.
has a few games that look just as good as anything on the Xbox One X
So
right
good.
Because
now.
it's been optimized completely for that system.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's another thing where these two consoles actually have a leg up on the PC as well, is since the hardware doesn't change, you're going to get much better optimization from the game developers as the life cycle continues on those consoles.
So the 1050 Ti is only 2.1 teraflops.
2.1?
2.1, unless I'm reading this wrong. So that's the Xbox One X is 3 times more powerful than that.
Yeah. The Xbox
What card approaches that in teraflops for the
Xbox One X
Yeah.
would be an AMD 580.
Really?
Would
What
be.
about the NVIDIA? Is there an NVIDIA equivalent? Would that be like a 1070 Ti?
No.
No, that
1050
is
Ti is the NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Right. But what card?
Oh, would
what
approach
NVIDIA
6
card-
teraflops?
Yeah, approaches 6 teraflops.
I have it right here, the 1070.
I was going to say, it
Yeah.
sounds like a 1070, I would
1070.
think.
so
So,
2 full steps up.
and
from
that's,
the 1050.
well, the other thing too, a 1070, you're looking at spending
$450
between
bucks,
$400 and $500.
How many teraflops is the 1080 Ti?
12.
11.5.
Yeah,
Woohoo! That's
11.5.
what I got on my computer.
If you overclock it, you can get 12. But,
Do you have any allergy medicine?
yeah, after.
All right,
Jeez.
I'll just sit here and die.
So,
Okay.
how would you say the two compare? You're not a PC gamer, but you got your PS4 Pro and your Xbox One X.
And your nice
I
TV.
kind of talked about this last time. I love the One X. The hardware is so nice.
So jealous.
I wish there were more games for it.
Use some of that crypto money, Owen.
I know.
Do it.
I need to.
And when I say games, I mean games that I want to play personally.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn is so cool, and that's such a huge game. So I'm going to be playing that for months and
I've
months
seen
on end.
so many cool things about that game.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
so jealous that that's
That's-
not an Xbox.
Probably the next one I'm going to play after I beat Uncharted.
And of course, the Uncharted series, which I love. The new Spider-Man coming out, which I will most definitely get because I love Spider-Man. PS4 just has so many good games. But the hardware is so awesome on the Microsoft console. So pretty much...
Plus, you're getting... Not only is the hardware nicer,
You get a Blu-ray drive.
you get a 4K Blu-ray drive.
4K Blu-ray
Okay,
drive.
now, speaking of the hardware, having been playing both of those consoles this last week, I picked up Homefront: The Revolution on Xbox because they did a really big, nice Xbox One X patch for that game. It looks phenomenal. It looks great on the Xbox One X. Now, when I play that on Xbox One X or Uncharted 4 on PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X is almost silent as I play Homefront
It is a
Revolution.
lot quieter than the PS4.
That PS4 Pro gets loud.
It does.
It gets super loud as I'm playing Uncharted 4. Like, I was blown away, honestly. I'm just like, what is that? That's the console. It is loud.
So, what I would actually recommend, because Microsoft has backwards compatibility, stretching back to the original Xbox, I would have to recommend the Xbox One X over the PS4 Pro.
Even at $100 premium, I'd say it's worth it.
I agree. But I love the exclusives on PlayStation so much.
Yeah, they're good.
Were there any Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals for the Xbox One X? I saw tons for the One S.
I saw one for $450, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was one for $450, and I saw a couple that came with like a game or two.
Yeah, I kind of watched for those because I was like, if it goes to $400, I'd do it.
I'll tell you what was funny was seeing all the pictures of the PS4 Pro Battlefront exclusive boxes. They're the combo packs, just sitting there on the store shelves, not being purchased.
That makes me so sad inside.
Same with the game. I saw a rack where every game was gone on Black Friday except for 2 full rows of Battlefront 2.
That makes me so sad inside.
Ugh.
What do you guys think of just how they look? Just the machines themselves.
Oh, the Xbox looks way cooler on the outside than the PS4 Pro does.
My favorite design was the One S. Not the X, but the S.
The white?
Yeah, I like the design of the X still, but I really love the design of the S, and it looks better than still looks better than PS4 Pro. I like the design of the PS4, just not the Pro. I think the Pro's kind of ugly.
Well, you know what's funny is that the One S and the One X, in my opinion, looks quite a bit like a PS2. You go and compare what a PS2 looked like, and the Xbox X and the S look like refined versions of that.
I have one of those.
The PS4 Pro looks like a hamburger.
It does. It looks like a console hamburger.
A tilted hamburger. You know when the top bun is starting to slide off?
Yeah.
Compared to the bottom bun?
Because they haven't been gentle with your food before they gave it to you.
Like, screw this guy, I'm out of here. Here's your burger. And
So,
the PS4.
But yeah, it was really interesting to see a very PC oriented YouTube channel say, you can't beat the Xbox One X right
tip
now.
Of the hat from people that would normally not tip any hat towards a console.
Exactly. So, yeah,
I feel like that lends
pretty
credibility.
Neat. Oh, it does for
people,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Because, and that's what they were saying. That basically, in the end, they said if you want a game at 1080p, your best bet is still a PC for $500 because it games really well at 1080p at that price point, as well as you get the utility to do other things.
I disagree. Besides the utility to do other things.
That's what they were banking on as the big factor why they'd go PC.
And just think about all the other games that you can play on a computer.
Right.
You know, because I'm a big strategy guy.
The game selection, and you want to talk about backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
You can't beat the PC as far as backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah, Steam. You know, Steam got a big tip of the hat this last week on some of the articles that I was reading that just said, you know what? Steam is like a relatively free service. You don't have to pay a membership fee. And it hosts so many games.
Yeah.
And it gives you a ton of
It's
alerts.
not free. You have to buy the games.
Well, yeah.
The platform.
Then you download them.
The platform's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're making money off the games you purchase from them.
But still, it's not like they're
free.
saying like
No,
it's not
that's
like
free.
it's a cost.
It's not a subscription service.
That's free then.
Because it's not a subscription service.
Get him, Tony. Get him.
I could go
You can
there.
say the same thing by saying iTunes is free.
iTunes is free.
Oh, gee.
I think it's free.
But they provide you a good,
I downloaded it for free.
safe platform to download your music.
The content on it isn't free,
Exactly.
but the platform itself is a free platform.
The App Store is free.
You know what's not free? Netflix. You pay a monthly subscription.
Oh, man.
You know what's not free? Hulu. You pay a monthly subscription.
Why couldn't
We're
you
arguing the same thing.
You know what is free? Steam, because you don't pay anything to get to it.
You could log in and look at it. Maybe you can't afford to buy games on it.
I agree with you. I'm just saying it's a stupid argument.
Also, there's a lot of free-to-play games on there.
Yeah, I need to do that.
It's a free platform.
Hilarious.
I just have to have Tony on my side. Yay, sucker
We're
drip.
arguing the same thing.
Are we?
Well, no, not, because I'm saying Steam's free and you're saying it's not free.
No, I'm saying it is free.
You were saying it wasn't free.
The games aren't free.
No,
Of course
I never
not.
said the games are free.
That's ridiculous.
Platform.
I said it's a great platform. That's a
We're
free
trying
platform.
to make that vein come out.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah, dude, it's coming out pretty hard right now.
Pulsing.
Oh. I think I was going to say. I think that speaking of Steam, there's a Steam autumn sale going on right now. I think it ends in like 3 days, so I think you still got a couple days to get on there and check that out if you want to. The games aren't free because it's not a free. The platform's free, but the games aren't.
Are you sure that the platform's free?
Yeah, it's free.
Hey, really quick too. Before I forget, if you are a backer on Patreon, make sure your shipping address is up to date. December's Patreon exclusive content will be a physical content. So, if you want, please...
physical content.
Please sign up for Patreon.
Do you want a content? Here's a content. Here, have a physical content.
Look at that content. It's physical.
Just make sure that your shipping address is up to date.
I appreciated that, and you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Because you don't want to give away what the content is, so you have to mask it with the word content.
Well, you could say item.
Content was cooler.
It's Patreon content. You get it.
He wanted to stay with the established norm.
Yeah. Thank you, Owen.
Yeah.
You'd make a good boyfriend.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's make it happen.
Nope.
Ooh.
No.
All right, there's a couple of Tesla articles we have here.
Yes.
Let's start with stealing Teslas.
Yeah. So did I put that on there?
Yeah,
already?
yeah, it's on there.
Okay. So I actually have it up in the thing. So here locally in Utah.
Wait. Look, no, you were nice to me. Never mind.
This is locally in here in Utah, but in South Salt Lake actually, 3 Teslas were stolen over the Thanksgiving weekend, and they don't know how. I haven't read up on.
I thought these were supposed to be like
unstealable,
thief-proof.
Yeah. So the best part about this story, and you guys can go check it out. It's at one of our local news sites here, but it's ksl.com. But so what happened was. These guys steal Teslas, which in itself is pretty dang cool to go joyriding in a Tesla for a night or whatever. But
you know, one of them was wearing a headset talking to somebody else in a van.
I don't
right?
know because I think they were totally high. They're like, "How we got these things? How do we sell them now?" And they're like, "Wait, you can't sell a Tesla. Every single one of them is marked. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
they're
tracked.
So, yeah,
And yeah.
So this guy pulls up behind a cop and turns himself in. He said, "These guys, I don't know who, they just stopped and they gave me this car, and I want to return it."
Yeah, okay.
And the cop was like, "Huh, okay, yeah, let's go to come with me, and let's go return it." And they went to the Tesla dealership here in Salt Lake, and it was completely ransacked. So
they stole them off the
stole
dealership.
him off the lot. Yeah,
Oh,
they drove him off the lot.
Wow.
And did some more research, and they found that they caught 4 more people or 3 other people along with this guy. But it's pretty crazy because they got in there and they found these Tesla keys, and they were like, so they broke into the dealership, got the keys.
So they didn't actually do any cool hacking.
No,
or
there
anything.
was
Guys, these Teslas are really cool.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Are they tracking us?
They were like, "Oh, these are completely trackable."
That's funny.
Anyway, it was just a really funny story because Tesla's been in the news so much lately with their other stuff, with their Roadster and their semi truck. So
let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, they had their semi event after our previous podcast.
Would that be like an event that doesn't quite happen, but is there a little bit? Yeah.
yes,
Boom.
semi.
Nailed it. So they were just expected to unveil a semi truck, which sounds kind of boring, but it's really exciting actually.
Pretty
Yeah.
revolutionary.
But then at the very end, they drove a new Roadster out the back of the semi truck.
I've heard the Roadster has some pretty crazy.
Talk, please.
A Roadster? No way.
I've heard the Roadster has some pretty amazing specifications. This new one.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. Let's talk about the semis first for a minute, and then we'll get to the roadsters.
So the big deal about the semi, 500 miles on a charge.
Yeah.
They can charge 400 miles of range in 30 minutes, and they can go 0 to 60 without hauling
Without a
anything.
trailer.
Without a trailer in 5 seconds. Insane. With a trailer, 0 to 60
Can you imagine that?
in 20 seconds.
I hope there's a racing league that comes out for like semi trailers.
Yeah, it's like Twisted Metal, right?
Yeah,
Well,
right?
There's already, if you go to like Rocky Mountain Raceway in the summer when they do their NHRA drag nights, there's nights where they do semi drags.
That'd be really
And these
cool.
are just insanely tricked out
Would
semi
you say
trucks.
that they're semis in drag?
Nope.
Yes.
Checkmate.
So, but yeah, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds for a vehicle that large.
Well, and who's the guy?
That's
Well, it
nuts.
was Cummins that just came out with their other. They came out with an electric diesel engine.
Yeah.
Just recently to try and beat Tesla to market. And only-
220.
Yeah, 220
Yeah.
miles, and I think Elon Musk and Tesla, they were just like,
Yeah,
just wait.
they probably did. They
They
saw
didn't
the
even care.
Yeah, they saw the announcement like, meh.
Yeah,
Hold.
because that doesn't really change. Like, so having a truck that can go 500 miles on a charge, before it has to recharge, actually changes the shipping industry.
Right.
Like, that actually has potential to change.
It's crazy because they could drive all morning, go to wherever they want to eat, have it charged while they're eating, go back, drive the rest of the afternoon. And
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. And have you seen pictures of the interior? It kind of looks like a battle station.
I've heard it's a single seater.
That's the weirdest thing
So,
to me.
It's
a
in
lot
the
of
middle,
truckers.
isn't
It's
it?
centered. It's in the middle.
Yeah, like,
I've heard a lot of truckers have complained about that a little bit. Well, not a lot. I've read a few articles where truckers are like, "Wait, what? A center seat? Like, how are we supposed to transport people too?" Like, I haven't looked at the specs of the back seat. Like, how do you pick up a truck stop hooker? Like, how are you supposed to do?
It's going to change the prostitution business
Yeah.
forever.
Another reason why he probably did that.
In the middle, I think there's one car company that makes middle seaters. Is that McLaren or?
Ooh, I've never been inside an F1, but that'd be really cool.
I'm pretty sure McLaren does a middle seater as well.
So Tesla isn't saying that the semis will have full autonomous driving. And I think they don't want to anger truck drivers.
Yeah,
Right. They took the drive.
that's straight from an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
one
my favorite-
100%.
That's my favorite one. That is like one of my favorite episodes of this.
It's a good one.
But it will have enhanced autopilot, so it'll help you stay in the lanes, etc. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think honestly, I think eventually we could definitely get to a 100% autonomous. But for the foreseeable future, you need to have a person in there.
Yeah.
When you got a vehicle that large rumbling down the road.
And any truckers out there, don't pretend like you wouldn't love to be able to get up and go do something while your truck is driving down the road.
Or freaking read a book or
Yeah.
So
So the truck is cool. The Roadster is even cooler.
wait, you didn't mention one of the coolest things about the truck.
Huh.
It is more aerodynamic than
Oh,
a
yeah.
Bugatti Chiron. That's crazy.
That's how you pronounce that?
Yeah, Chiron.
I've always wondered.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I believe you.
Pretty sure that's how I heard the guys on what is that show? British.
Top Gear?
Yeah, but the new one.
Top Gear.
No.
I bet
No, the new show that the old Top Gear guys do.
Oh, Top Gear.
No.
Top-
Grand Tour.
Grand Tour.
Grand Tour. Got it.
you got him there with that top gear comment.
So,
And so they're saying the semi will be around 150 to 200,000.
which is also interesting because real semis cost in that ballpark. Not
Yeah.
real. I mean, diesel
Standard,
semis.
yeah.
A new standard diesel semi can range anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000.
I wonder what the trade-off there is. Like, I wonder if you're losing bells and whistles like interior comforts. to
You
get
know,
the same price.
when I
for-
look,
I would imagine it's like living cabins and stuff.
yeah, when I look at the big, you look at the big semis, they have those big extended backs behind
Right.
the driver's seat. That's like almost a straight up living quarters.
Yeah.
The only thing it doesn't have usually is like bathroom amenities,
right.
but they have a bed and stuff like that.
Bottles.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
But the Tesla one doesn't look as big. Like I'm wondering if they're only planning on truckers using that.
Kind of looks big to me.
Like
Have you seen the
short-term-
picture?
Let me see it. Let me see the picture.
Short-term hauls and
Yeah,
stuff like
I was
that.
thinking they're looking more
Not
short-term
the-
hauls.
So it looks like they had a large model on stage and then a
Yeah,
smaller model.
I guess you could fit a little bed back there and stuff for long hauls to sleep at the truck stops and
Anything's
stuff
a
like
bed
that.
if you try hard enough.
True. The ground is a bed if you try hard enough.
I guess we'll see.
Except now it hurts my back.
The Roadster, though, 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Fastest production car in the world. And do you know what that means, production car? What delineates a production car from a non-production
Versus
car?
a deduction car.
I've heard or understood as I've read stories about production cars versus non-production cars that to qualify as a production car, you have to basically manufacture a certain amount of them.
I thought it was
Each
sort of like
year.
mass produced.
So
Yeah, and
a
it has-
Lamborghini, a Bugatti, those would
That's
not
not
be
a
production.
production.
Those don't count as production cars, I don't think.
A Honda Civic?
That's a
car.
production car. for sure.
110%.
But maybe they still do though, because why would they limit? Say the fastest production car on the market when it's still faster than anything Lamborghini or Ferrari has put out. I'm pretty sure those still count as production cars. The stuff that I don't think counts are things like your Venom GTs that are all custom jobs. Like each one of them's a custom.
Let's go to Wikipedia.
Well,
The characteristics of a production vehicle or production car are mass-produced identical models offered for sale to the public and able to be legally driven on public roads.
okay,
So legally driven.
Yeah.
Sell to the public. So I still don't know what that is. Is that a Bugatti? Is that a Ferrari?
I don't know if Bugatti falls under that category, but Ferrari does for sure.
Any car people, feel free to chime in and email us.
Call us stupid.
Yeah. So 0 to 60, 1.9 seconds. Faster than 250 miles per hour. It has a Tesla Model 3 motor on each wheel.
Whoa.
Or was that the Semi? I think this one has 3 Tesla Model 3 motors. The Semi had one on each wheel. And the craziest spec of all, 620-mile range. That's insane.
See, that's crazy because normally you trade speed and power for distance.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm sure you still do that. I'm sure 620 is only achievable if you
drive reasonably.
What did they say the recharge time was, though?
Doesn't say that.
Because that would be a huge factor. Because I know a lot of these guys, they're taking so many stimulants to try to keep them on the road for as long as they can.
We're talking about the Roadster.
Yeah, the Roadster.
The semi we already said was 400 miles in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's great.
Keep up, James.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Keep up.
Some car people I know don't like the design too much. I think it looks awesome.
I thought it looked all right.
I think it looks awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony thinks it looks all right.
Another article I have linked on the show notes is talking about how the batteries seem to be defying the laws of physics in these 2 new vehicles made by Tesla.
How so?
So the Tesla Semi, to charge it 400 miles in 30 minutes, you need 10 times more power than the current superchargers put out.
Oh. That's a bad thing.
And the Tesla Roadster is a small car, looks like smaller than a Model S, yet it has twice the range. Interesting, don't you think?
Well,
How are they covering the? How are they covering the laws of thermodynamics and power transfer?
I'm sure with the Roadster makes sense because you can double up your battery size and
where are they putting it though? It's a small car.
Probably just stack them because the batteries go along the floor pan, right?
Right.
So just stack 2, and then have a thicker floor pan, as well as you're going to have a lighter car, so that contributes to higher mileage.
Okay, so how are you charging the Semi in 30 minutes?
No, I don't know about
quickly?
that. I'm just talking about the second.
My theory. Now, no article says this, but my theory is maybe they're doing solid-state batteries, and it's not ready yet, so they're saying these products are 2 to 3 years out.
Oh!
Maybe they have solid-state batteries.
Also a good, Look at Jaron speculating right there.
That's just me speculating. Business Insider has a big article about this. They're saying that normal lithium-ion batteries, like the normal Teslas have, they improve at a rate of 7.5% per year in capacity.
Uh-huh.
So they're saying the battery tech doesn't exist right now, but maybe in 2 to 3 years it will. As far as lithium-ion batteries go.
I wouldn't put that past them either to bank on a future tech.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, it has to be a future tech because no Tesla car has this right now,
right?
And they're not giving out how they're achieving these numbers.
That's classic Tesla, though, to say we're going to be doing this and nobody knows how yet at the time.
Because the Semi that was the Daimler Chrysler, 220-mile range versus 500. That's a huge difference.
That's double. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, over double.
Yeah.
And being able to charge it that fast, something different has to be going on here.
Sounds a little bit like they fueled up the hype train and pushed it out of the station.
Here we go! Woo, woo. The other thing that's been interesting is watching Tesla not do so great on their Model 3 production.
Ooh, man, do you hear how many people they fired? A lot.
Well, not even that as much as they were planning on, by this time this year, putting out, 10,000 a month?
This year? No, they weren't going to do that till next year, no matter what.
But they were definitely planning on having produced more than 1,000 in the last 3 months.
They're delayed by 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
From their production, what they originally said.
So it's a Kickstarter?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, in that aspect, it is.
Now, question though: if you had the opportunity to take the first 1,000, would you? Or would you wait until they actually get it up and going? Would you question
Model
the
3?
first 1,000? Yeah.
I
Kind of like with phones.
I would.
Yeah, I would, seriously.
You would not take it?
No, yeah,
You would?
I'd be nervous about it.
I wouldn't take it.
'Cause
First gen
saw,
stuff,
Yeah,
man.
I saw a video of some production Model 3s, and overall the quality looks great, but one thing I did see, the chrome trim around the windows didn't line up perfectly. So there was like a half a centimeter gap where it ended on one door and picked up on another door. So it was kind of lined up, not completely on center.
You make me feel like I should care about more stuff.
I was just referring to like how they work.
I'm not saying
Not so
you're
much how they
wrong.
look.
I just wish I would like to find a happy medium between me and you.
Me too. It
Where
has
it's-
to exist somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be just around.
We're happy you're
Thank you, Owen.
yeah.
That was a long
You guys are jerks.
jeez. And I think some of these are your articles. So let's hit on those. We're a big fan of fidget devices here. Let's talk about this.
Oh yeah, so if a lot of people, there's lots of studies out there about going back to dumb phones, and you know how there's this new thing called fubbing. Is that what it's called? Flubbing?
That sounds dirty.
It's about like basically ignoring the person you're with because you're on your phone.
Oh, phone snubbing.
Phone snubbing,
Okay.
fubbing, I think.
Oh, yeah, I can see
makes
that.
sense.
So and so, like two people are in a room or at a restaurant or whatever, and they're just on their phones. And it's weird because once I started reading articles about that, go to a restaurant. Next time you go to a restaurant, just look around and see how many couples are just separately on their phones.
It's
like,
true.
waiting for their food to come or whatever, like not engaging in conversation. Or you see them be like, "Oh, check out this crazy cat video I just saw on Instagram." Like they just show each other things they find.
We're becoming Black Mirror
Yeah,
like as a society.
Yeah. So anyway, in that same vein, there's a designer. Let me just open this here because they made a smartphone sized fidget device
Shaped like a smartphone too.
shaped like a smartphone that has bearings and stuff that allow you to swipe.
So you get that
So you
same
get that same feeling, so you
Ah.
can wean yourself off of swiping. Because what they're saying is that you have this. It's not actually
It's
that
a
people
cell phone
care.
nicotine patch.
It really
Yeah.
is. And people,
Yeah, it's
because
weird.
they're noticing people don't actually care about what they're seeing online on their phone. They're just addicted to that
The swiping.
the swipe.
Yeah.
What am I seeing now? Just constantly getting new data, and so
That's interesting.
so this Austrian developer,
It's not true.
this Austrian designer, made a plastic substitute phone to curb their smartphone addiction.
So
This looks awesome.
along
Yeah.
those same veins, that's how one of the things I feel my fidget spinner's done for me
Right.
is in situations where normally I would sit there and look at my phone, Twitter, whatever, Slick Deals, doesn't matter. I'll pull out my fidget spinner and actually still pay attention to what's going around me because my hands have something to do and keep them busy.
Or even if you don't, even if you give yourself 30 seconds to spin your fidget spinner or play with your clicker spinner fidget gadget,
Fidget cube.
fidget cube, you only waste 30 seconds
Right.
or a minute. Like what happens when I'm like, oh, this is like awkward elevator rides. I'm horrible at them. I'll pull out my phone and just be like, I really don't want to talk to you. And I'll start being on my phone. And then I've gone through like 40 minutes. My elevator
Yep.
ride was 30 seconds or whatever.
You were on the elevator that whole time for 40
No, I
minutes?
walked to my desk and I sat down and continued down my Facebook
Right.
scrolling
That's the thing.
swipe video tornado.
Yeah, I bought a fidget cube in hopes that it would lessen my dependence.
The opposite
On a
of
smartphone.
what I meant.
But I found out I don't have a fidgeting problem. I'm just addicted to my smartphone.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
see,
that's where I am too.
I thought it was more that, but like, okay, this is the example for me, and I'm not too ashamed to admit it. But church, man, I pulled my phone out in church. I used to. That was it.
Done. You're like, where did the day go?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, sacrament meeting's over. I don't have any idea what anyone talked about. But now I pull out my my fidget spinner, and I actually still listen to what's going on.
And you still don't know what anyone talked about.
Well, that's not going to change. But at least I feel like I tried,
And people are definitely less judgmental.
Exactly. Not that I really care about what people think, but
I do have me and James are the same in that.
Oh yeah, dude, I judge people so hard.
no. You care about getting judged.
Oh, yeah. No, of course I do.
It's
Yeah.
painful. You know.
I'm judging you right now.
I've been coughing in my hand.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you for fidgeting my fidget cube in your cough hand.
It's diseased now. You should play with that, Tony.
Ah!
I told you I wanted allergy medicine.
Anyway, the plastic. I don't know that I would ever get one. I don't know what they're selling them for.
It's
but
a chunk of plastic with like ball bearings.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever get one that big because that would take up too much room in my pocket.
Right.
See,
But the fidget spinner's small enough that I can just
Because I'm
slip
still
it
going
in.
to have my phone, let's be honest.
See, I'm with
Exactly.
Jared. I need an objective. It's not about the moving, because dude, check this out. I just got that new like glass on the front. Just put your fingers on that. It's like extra smooth for some reason to me. I don't know if it is to you.
You got to go naked, man. I
can't go naked.
Call 911 for him.
But I need to have an
Hold down the
objective.
power button.
I need an objective when I'm doing something on my phone. I can't just.
See.
There's no point to me just like doing this.
I
This is
hoard
boring.
articles
read later.
I'll hoard them. Just like I'll copy links and send them to myself. You should see my Slack channel, just in the one that just says my name, that my personal Slack channel.
Uh-huh.
It's just filled with like links to go read that I never get to. So I'm just
Huh.
hoarding digitally now as well.
Maybe I am
That's
actually.
what Pocket is for.
Maybe I actually do have ADD and I never knew it because none of that means anything to me. I just need to be doing something with my hands. I'm learning so much about myself. I don't think I like it.
We've all grown.
Indeed.
All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna go get Mobetas. Is that what we decided on after we get done
we'll
recording?
see.
We got to talk about our holiday gift guide.
Yep.
It'll be worthless next time.
Holiday gift guide time. Is there anything else you wanted to hit on from your list there, Owen?
No, just this kind of falls in the same vein as holiday gift guide. If you wanted to, for the security or whatever enthusiast in your life, you can pick up a PIA VPN account.
Is that the one you use?
That's the one I use. It's pretty highly rated,
Don't out yourself, man.
and it's fairly highly rated in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pick up a 2-year subscription right now for about $60, which a year long subscription is about $35. So you're saving $10 by doing it. But
Okay.
Is the dismantling of net neutrality going to affect your VPN at all?
Oh yeah, I
there's-
wanted to talk about that too. We should talk about that actually.
So net neutrality, there's so much going on right now. It will, to the degree that they can see what kind of traffic I'm doing. BitTorrent is a protocol, just like HTTP is web surfing. BitTorrent downloading or whatever is a protocol, and now having the internet service providers unchained and not have to legally do anything or care, or they can do whatever they want, which is what removing net neutrality will do. They could throttle that down. They're like, oh, it looks like your account, you do a lot of BitTorrenting, so if you want to buy the premium BitTorrent package,
Yeah,
you can pay an extra $12 a month for that.
that's
And be limited to this many terabytes, unless you want to go up to the next tier, which is $40 a
Right.
month. Like, so
that's the biggest fear with net neutrality is they're going to partition off certain aspects of the internet that you
it'll
have
be
to
a pay to play.
pay packages, pay for separate packages for, which is why we definitely recommend supporting net neutrality. And
I don't think that any of our listeners would not support.
oh yeah,
net
for sure.
neutrality.
But I mean, even to the point where I would recommend emailing the.
I put the link in the show notes. Again
Perfect.
For that. Yeah.
Yep.
So they've in this last time with net neutrality, the public outrage that basically for every one supporter of net neutrality, there seemed to be on the public comments a supporter against net neutrality. So to get rid of net neutrality. And with the reviews that just happened, it's all in the news right now. So you can basically find this on any tech site. But
Dude, last week there was a day when I was on Reddit and every other
yeah,
Reddit post was about net neutrality.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And
Just the red picture.
Yep.
They said that something like 1.2 million of the responses were fake.
Yeah.
Something like that
So-
was like
They've been putting fake responses.
and the FCC Gadget Pi. I know I'm probably butchering his name. But
Money McMoney Pants. He's making money.
Yeah.
money,
It's
money.
okay if you butcher his name.
It
He
is-
Did you
doesn't
see
deserve
that
to have his
he
name in
was an ex Comcast lawyer?
yeah.
yeah, he
It is,
fought
it
for it.
How
is
is
one of the
he-
biggest. What's the word I'm looking for? When you try to represent something.
Bias?
No. When you're representing something that you're actually against.
Conflict of interest?
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, James. High five.
I sneezed in my hand.
Oh, jeez. Conflict of interest.
Virtual high five.
It's one of the biggest conflict of interest I've ever seen.
Which
It
is
really is.
it's amazing to me that this is illegal. Like it's so weird to me that
Welcome to
like,
Trump's America.
I feel like I feel like all the people he's putting into these cabinet positions,
they're all
a huge conflict of interest. But I obviously have passion about net neutrality because it affects me.
It affects everyone
more than it does the other ones. I mean,
more than the ones affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
That's
selfish.
I'll
I'll admit that I'm selfish.
You're kind of a white guy, so a lot of the other things don't really affect you.
I'm like, I should feel something, but
let's
the reason why.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, the reason why I say that is because I sat down earlier today, kind of just by myself. I'm like, why do I care about this? It's just like, well, nothing else has really affected me like this.
Let me tell you why.
Environmental stuff kind of gets me, but
let me tell you why every single person in America should take note of this and why they're affected, because it will change the way that you can use the internet.
It quite literally is companies versus people.
Yeah.
And it's like what I've said before. If net neutrality goes away, it is the spinning image of proof that our government does not work for us anymore.
Absolutely, 100%.
But it will be internet speeds go to the highest bidder, and in America that's capitalism.
Which is already so weird that they are going to do that because there's no competition,
right?
Virtually no competition.
Well, companies are trying to make so that they don't make a huge return on their infrastructure in the short term. They lay fiber; it's 30 years before they see profit on that, and so tiering this. This is completely in the vein of capitalism.
Oh yeah,
and this is where that goes to
too far, and that's the thing is I
believe in capitalism.
I do. That's the thing. Well, I believe in capitalism,
but it needs to have checks and balances.
But it does, and this is one of those areas where I personally don't like having government fingers in really much of anything that I do with my money and things like that. But this is a case where regulations need to be in place so that the consumers don't get screwed.
Now,
he will, the Gadget, however you say his name, he will say that
money make money bags, taking money
he's
from big
taking away the regulation to help the consumer.
No. He's taking away the regulation to help the companies.
Yeah. Yep, that's
to help Comcast, to help Cox Communication, to help Verizon, Time Warner.
Now, I'm a big believer that if you can't argue the other side for at least a minute, you shouldn't be arguing at all. Can I hear positives for net neutrality going away? Outside of the greed.
That's it.
The cable companies are saying they will lay more.
They'll upgrade their infrastructure.
So rural America will get faster internet.
And that's
what they're saying.
Why would they do that if there's already no competition?
If you ask me, that is a straight up lie.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is
you lie.
It's kind of like sliding a bill. It's kind of like attaching a bill underneath another important bill.
You know, there's a word. Pork barrel spending.
Yeah.
If you know what that term means, it's when you have a bill that is supposed to provide money for a lot of different. Or for like a couple of big things
that have to happen,
and then other politicians will slide in extra stuff underneath the big stuff.
If you want our vote, then we'll approve all this.
You got to slide this in.
And so what happens is that I feel like these cable companies, I mean, there's so many big tech companies that are telling Gadget Pie not to. They're telling we call it Gadget Pie, but he's running the FCC, so they're writing the FTC and saying, don't do this. Facebook is doing this. Google's doing it. Obviously,
Netflix is doing it.
Netflix has a huge vested interest.
Oh,
because their whole business model will be destroyed if somebody upstream from them can charge me money.
Yep.
On top of that, you need the Netflix package. All of a sudden, I'm going to be like, well, I might as well just get a cable package from Comcast. They own the lines and they give it to me for cheaper than Netflix.
Yep.
And Comcast and all these other places, they're starting to go digital just like Netflix. You've seen CBS do that.
I've seen people predicting Comcast, Cox Communication coming out with their own YouTube.
Yep.
That gives proprietary access to that.
Which
for a content creator like me, I would say, well, then I'm just going to go to these other platforms.
Right.
The only encouraging thing about this is huge companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Netflix, and Amazon, they all want net neutrality because it helps them. And since they have so many, you think they have influence. So I'm hoping it's not going to go to.
Now,
if I had to argue the positive, though, I'd say, okay, net neutrality gets eradicated in its form now. They make hand over fist money over the next 3 years, right? and they upgrade their infrastructure. We benefit from the upgraded infrastructure. That's the problem with rural America right now, is that they don't have infrastructure. Comcast or Cox, they're the only show in town. So some places, to get like a 50 meg internet connection, they're paying over $150.
Yeah.
And that for in an urban area is like $25. And so hopefully this fixes the infrastructure problem, and I hope that a new administration comes back in and slaps this down and
Plops net neutrality back in there.
And makes them just eat it.
That's my other question is if it gets dismantled, what's the probability that it comes back?
Next administration. Democrats are heavily for net neutrality. And I would even say many Republicans are for net neutrality.
So what you're saying is in 3 years.
It's just
almost for sure.
It's just this administration.
Hopefully,
so
it would change back.
I hope so. I mean, maybe we're wrong. We'll see some sort of huge thing, but the numbers just don't point to that. This points to a financial gain for the cable company.
My thing is, like, I feel like I'm a pretty well-defined libertarian. I like finding the middle of the road. I see the flaws in both parties and stuff. But just the fact that this is like a Republican thing right now, like, that's so, like, come on, guys.
Republicans have been against it for years.
And Republicans haven't been touching net neutrality at all. They don't, because it's such a hot topic politically.
And that's the thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's a Trump
and
FCC thing.
Yep.
FCC is one of those.
It's not just a Trump thing. Republicans have been talking about
but if you think about it,
net neutrality for years.
If you think about it, there's 5 people, though. One more person in this room would obviously make 5 people, is deciding the fate for like 300 million people.
That's politics.
And the problem
is so insane.
And the problem is, even when millions of people respond, which is what happened with this last push to write your congressman, they didn't care. That's the part that blows my mind, is that these guys are supposed to be representing us. Okay, if they decide something like, here's a really great idea, I'm going to do this, I represent you, I think this will be better for my constituents, and all of your constituents write in and say, no, thanks, that would not be good. And then they're just like,
too bad,
ignore it. I think it will be. Like my parents, I just, like, being a parent to me, like telling me, like, I wrote in. I've done this twice now. I've written into the FCC twice and been like, don't eradicate this. And the shady politics behind it is just baffling.
It's weird to see
it's
that
crazy
they're botting
to see cause, like, the tactics.
And they're discounting what we say as botting them. And
yeah. And they're like, to do a vote on the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, that's like the busiest time in America.
And
straight shady.
I get what you say, Tony, that, that's just politics, but that's so,
no, it sucks. That's
so weird.
That's the point I'm getting at, is it okay, so
that's so House of Cards, man.
I lived in a third world country for 2 years, and the corruption in that government was blatant. You could see it without even trying to find it. Now, I've lived in America the rest of my life, and you know what? Our government's not any less corrupt. They just do a better job of hiding it.
Yeah.
They do a better job of hiding it.
I think that's what everybody's floored about, is that this seems so blatant. That's
the big difference.
We know the politics in this. Yeah. It's going to be shady. There's going to be under the table deals or whatever. But to
lobbying,
see it so blatant is what really is flooring me. I think that's the part that really shocks me. I expect it, and I expect there to be this Cold War between us and them.
Do you see any opportunity for Americas to revolt or anything, or completely out the window? Like, now we're just docile, we just kind of accept stuff.
I don't know. I think
this to me would be like the line in the sand. It's like, so you're going to start censoring. There is going to be no difference between us and China after this. Like, if they start censoring our internet,
censoring it.
The difference is that it won't be controlled by the government. It won't be controlled by the government. It'll be controlled by corporations. So that's a little bit different.
So but the corporations control the government.
Yeah, that's true. So the de facto government,
I didn't vote for Comcast CEO, but he is
running the company,
running
the
country.
Yeah, I mean, manner of speaking,
lobbying.
One step removed.
Jaren's bored.
No.
How is this
going down a political loophole that I think we usually try to avoid.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The only reason
out there that's tuned us out.
The only reason we're going down this rabbit hole is because it's important to technology, gadgets, and video games.
Yeah.
Because if it comes to a point where I have to buy a special package for my internet provider so I can play Xbox online, and so that I can watch Netflix.
It's
you need
subscription.
They'll be like-
It's like
they'll
you
be
need a subscription for Xbox, but you have a subscription
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Xbox
Oh,
Live, and
Xbox
Got it.
uses port 888, and so we'll unlock that for you for an additional $2 a month.
Yeah.
They'll micro it. They'll make it small because they've learned that from
No,
games.
they'll do loot boxes. It'll be completely
That's-
random. You get $5,
Right.
and you're lucky if it
Right.
unlocks the port you want.
That's right. They're like, here you go, and you get
Jared,
it for 1 month.
that was
I
really
didn't,
good, Jared.
I didn't think it could be any worse, and you somehow made it worse.
But that's
Thanks.
well,
I mean, you're welcome.
I think they probably learned that from video games. They'll be like, microtransactions are the way to go, and that's all these are. Just
Crazy.
another way to do microtransactions.
All right, let's do. We'll wrap up with gadget gifts.
Yeah, this
Leave
is
on a
great.
bit of a lighter note,
Yeah, this is for
and so for the
Cyber Monday, right?
for the you know what we didn't talk about. Okay, we'll tie those together because gadget gifts usually you find the best stuff on Cyber Monday or Black Friday. So to start it off, did you guys buy anything over the spendy weekend?
I did.
What did you get?
I'm having Tony help me build the computer.
Oh, yeah, we already knew that.
Oh gosh, dang it!
So he
Yeah.
bought all.
Congratulations.
He bought all
Also,
the pieces.
I bought a bunch of pants, some shoes. I bought the
Oh,
Ring doorbell,
wow.
first gen.
Oh,
But I think
yeah.
I already told you guys. About
That
See,
wasn't
my-
over the weekend, though.
My problem is I get so depressed seeing a deal. I didn't look at any Cyber or Black Friday deals because it's depressing to me to see them and still not be able to get them. That I just go, I would rather not. Like when James was like, I'll just get this 8 terabyte. What was that 8 terabyte MyBook or Western Digital
I got it right here.
hard drive?
Yeah, it's a
Seagate?
Seagate.
Like he's like, I'll just use this for my cold storage. And I was like, I really need that because my Plex
do you want
server.
one? I'll get you one for you.
No, you will not.
So this was how my whole weekend went. I saw drone deals, and I really want a drone right now.
Oh yeah.
And I agonized over every single deal. There was like 5 different deals, and I just didn't do it because I can't. I
You
just
never
can't
did
do
it?
What if
Because they're so expensive.
What if I
Yeah.
get one and ship it to your house, and then you can play with it for 2 weeks, and I'll play with it for 2 weeks?
Like a timeshare?
Yeah.
Done.
Really?
No.
No,
I think-
because Jared will wreck it and he'll never get
Yeah.
to play with it.
That's
again.
true.
I still
Buy
can't
the-
believe the
buy the
extent
insurance.
that you blew it up.
I totally wrecked
Like,
it,
I'm not
bro.
mad about it. It's
It
more
was
I'm impressed. You broke the metal part of the gimbal.
I did buy something, though. I bought a Google Home Mini.
That 20
Oh,
bucks.
No,
I
30
I had one of those in my cart.
$30 at Walmart.
Yeah.
And then you get a $25 Walmart gift card.
Is that
Oh, I
akin
didn't see
to
that.
the-
$5.
Wow.
I could not pass that
Yeah.
up.
Is that akin to
I
the
told
Echo
my
Dot?
I think you can still do it right now.
Huh?
actually. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think it's still live. As of today, Monday. I bought some movies on Vudu, but
Wait. Is that akin to the Echo Dot?
yeah, it is.
So it's like the Google Home, and then
Yeah.
the Google Home Mini is
Yep.
the...
Yep.
Okay, cool.
The Home Mini still has a speaker though. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think I spent maybe $20 total. So this was the most restrained Black Friday Cyber Monday I've ever
I
had.
spent $3,500.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang,
I know.
dude, dang.
But still, that's pretty good. savings
Okay, I'm
for
looking
you.
at this.
Yeah.
Where does it say I get? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Where is it?
Oh, I have to buy it with Google Express.
Huh?
It says get up to $25 off a Walmart order with Google Express. Is that not the one that?
Did I do it wrong? No, I think you just buy it from Walmart and then you hook it up to Google Express or something.
There is nothing here that says you get a $25 gift card.
Well, lucky I can still count on But there is a way you can get it for $5.
Get up to $25 off a Walmart order with Google Express.
Oh yeah.
Do you have Google
Yeah, so you-
Express?
Well, you have to buy it through Google Express,
Right.
and then they apply the discount right then.
Huh? No.
I think so.
Well, either way. Let's keep talking about what we got. I don't
Is
care.
that-
I
is
can
that-
cancel my order.
Oh yeah. It's just you're usually super meticulous about reading how the
You're
deals
my,
work.
Yeah, you're my deal guru.
I've been out of town for the last week and not near a computer, so
Right.
I just haven't been able to do my normal due diligence.
Understandable.
Yep.
Let's see. So I actually almost got out really cheap because my Xbox Live expires in like 3 months. So there was a deal on I think Rakuten or something where you get 2 years for like $75, which works out to be like $37 a year or something like that. And that's as good a deal as you're going to find on Xbox Live these days. Usually $40 is rock bottom on that. Sometimes you'll find under 40. So I did that because that was going to expire soon. And I thought, I was like, nice, I did good. I'm done. And then today I was poking around Amazon because my Drobo pooped out on me about.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it pooped out on me about 4
Drobo?
months ago.
Just
Yeah.
the drives?
What's
or...
that?
No, the drives are fine. I can't
the
access the device
Oh,
anymore.
sad.
And so, what did you ask? What's a Drobo?
Yeah, what's a Drobo?
Network attached storage. So you put hard drives in there, hook it up to your router, and you can access it from any of your devices and store stuff on
cool.
it. I use it for backups of all my media and everything. And so the new version of the one I think mine's like original first gen I got from Uncle Squinky, and it worked really great for a while. But it's up there now. I think it's good, like 7 years old or so. And the new one, the 5N2, is normally $500. And I was just poking around on Amazon this afternoon, and I saw it was on sale for $400. I was like, oh, I can't turn down $100 off.
You gotta have your backups too.
Yeah, so
that's what I run that's what I do with my media servers. Like, it's also my
it's your backup, yeah.
And then I've got my cold storage. I've got a 2 terabyte.
Gotta have cold storage, man.
I've got the 2 terabyte one that I back up my most critical stuff to.
Nice.
Run a daily.
Well,
so
update really quick on the Google Home. I'm good.
How did it work?
So you just buy it from Walmart,
Uh-huh.
and then you link your Walmart account to the Google Home app, and you get a $25 gift card.
I'm going to do that.
Yep.
I'm going to do that as well.
You guys want to know a fun fact from when we shot the turkey shooting video?
What?
I shot 130 gigs worth of footage.
Wow.
130.
You also shot
you go through all that?
You also shot 130 bullets trying to hit the chicken.
That was me. That was actually me.
So
I hit the chicken.
Don't try to fall on
You
your
hit the
sword
chicken a bunch.
twice, but just didn't.
To be fair, though, I don't think your red dot sight was
It was on.
I hit it.
Jaren hit it, and I hit it, and
whatever.
Owen hit the chicken like 6 times. He just couldn't get right in the middle.
I missed the orange target.
Yeah, for anybody that's watching on Patreon, the ones where Owen was actually shooting, I make it look like I was shooting that.
No, I actually I was gonna say offline to you that, but I'll say it here now. I appreciate that you made it look like I hit one and blew it up because you did.
Yeah, I did.
I appreciate that.
I think I interrupted Tony. Sorry.
Anyway, I was just saying I decided to pick up that Drobo because it's above the threshold on the Amazon store card or whatever, so I get 6 months no interest financing.
Nice. Do you get to just plug and play your drives right in there?
Yeah, so I researched that too first, and you basically just take the drives out of the old one, put them in the new one, turn
Same
it on.
order?
I would assume same order, but then your RAID or whatever Drobo uses, it's not RAID. They use their own proprietary thing.
They don't use RAID?
No, it's
weird.
You can, but they
Right.
have their own as well. And you put the old drives in the new Drobo, and everything's there automatically.
That's probably why they do their own proprietary stuff. Because in a RAID, you have to have the controller.
Yeah.
And you'd have to have the right controller.
And that was why I decided to stick with Drobo after I did that research. I did that research about a month ago, and I was thinking about going with Synology or QNAP.
I do like Synology.
And because they got some good stuff out there, but when I read that I can save everything I have on my drives now just by plug and play, I said, "Oh, sticking with Drobo." So anyway, yeah, I got that for $100 off.
All right, so give us the list. Are we out? Are we out of time? Or are we going to do the?
We're going to do the list.
Do the list.
So last year we did a Gadget Spot Holiday gift guide, and I think we should do it this year.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Go, Jared. Go,
We're doing
Jared.
it. So this is my list. If you guys want to pile on anything,
I think I added to it.
Sweet. So my list is Sphero Mini, number 1. So some of these will be expensive, some of these will be cheap, and I think we did a pretty good job of covering all of the bases here. Sphero Mini, this is the brand new Sphero, little robotic ball. The older ones cost above $100, above $150. This one costs $50. It's a tiny little ball that you can control with your smartphone over Bluetooth.
Play with your cats.
It's so fun playing with the pets, playing with your kids. It's a fun little device, and it's cheap, $50. Next one, DJI Spark. This is the cheaper DJI drone, and DJI is pretty much the only drone you should buy because they make the best drones.
Yeah, I've tried out several other ones, including the Typhoon, and I can't remember the other one's names, and they're garbage.
They're definitely, DJI's definitely got the market cornered as far as quality for price, too, even.
And you know what? That's how you should corner markets, is beat people in quality and price.
Agreed.
Not
So,
just monopoly.
The DJI Spark costs $500. You could find it on sale, especially over this last weekend. You could get it for as low as $340. It's a tiny little drone. Control it with your phone. It shoots 1080p video. It's a great little device. Next one, Xbox digital games. You can actually gift digital games now, so you don't have to do a gift card.
Thank goodness. I've done that before. Gift cards.
Yeah, it's so much more personal giving an actual game to somebody rather than giving them a gift card, because I hoard gift cards. I feel like I never want to spend them. So this is a great thing.
Why?
Because it's so nice knowing, oh, I have a game I can buy without having to spend real money.
How many gift cards are you sitting on right now?
I have $60 in Xbox money and like $60 in eShop money. So
Nothing crazy.
yeah, Roku Streaming Stick Plus. This is $69. This is a little streaming stick. It's a full-on Roku experience with 4K HDR. So if somebody needs a set-top box, this is a great choice.
Do you think this is better than like the Amazon Fire Stick?
Oh, I hated the Fire Stick.
Really?
Yeah, go Roku. Do not go Amazon.
I just like. I mean, if you've got the Echo or something or other Amazon devices, they work a little bit better. I think.
I used to have a Fire Stick. I sold it last year. I don't know if they've improved much since.
The new one's okay.
The third-party app support was just not very good.
Not so good.
It did not have a good ultraviolet movie app. It just, I don't know. I didn't like it. SNES Classic, $80 if you can find one. Those are fun little things.
Walmart just had some. That's last Saturday.
Just
too bad for you.
Just a quick heads up too. You can find it on Amazon.com, Ancestry.com or Ancestry DNA genetic testing kits.
Oh yeah, that's on sale.
50%
right
off.
now.
Yeah. I had a buddy who just bought 3 of them, and I did it myself because I'm adopted.
I
How much are those?
I just did it and sent it in 3 days ago.
You spit.
Oh, it took forever.
What's the price point on those?
Normally
Like
$100, but right now that's $54.
$50.
That's
Not
cool. And
Yeah.
was it interesting enough to make it worth it?
Dude, it tells you where you are originally from, and then it just got updated. I don't know how long ago, but it shows where your ancestors, if you're from America, shows where your ancestors landed in the United States originally and then migrated to. So I apparently one of the Virginias, and went to.
What do you
North
feel?
Dakota.
And how do you feel about the privacy part of it? Like, do you think you're gonna get like diagnosed?
I want more people to do it so I can expand my family tree.
My parents got those, so I feel like I'm covered. AirPods.
Actually, you're not.
I'm a product of my parents, and if
Yeah.
we know where they're coming from, then
But the thing is the way the genetics work is they might only show a little bit of, like, say, Scottish, but you might show a lot more Scottish because it could, like, skip a generation kind of a thing.
Well, and
or those genes weren't turned on for your parents, but they are for you.
sounds like you're drinking the Kool-Aid
my wife
from Ancestry.
I think I'm drinking the science aid.
my wife did one with her brother, and her brother's a little bit different than she is.
See?
Yeah, I don't care that much. That's a cool thing, though, if you're interested in that.
But I'm Jared. I know who both my parents are.
Well, whoopity-doo.
Well, la-da-da, my dad came home from work. Whatever.
I can't follow that up.
Nope, there's nothing there. You can pop the bottom of the barrel off there.
Okay, going on. AirPods. This is my favorite set of Bluetooth earbuds. They last forever. They are well priced. If you don't like that they don't sell in the sound, don't go for it. But otherwise, I think they're a great product.
I can't relate to this product.
$160. Google Home Mini. This is what we just talked about. $50 normally. They're on sale right now for $30 with the Walmart deal. You can get them for $5, essentially. Amazon Echo Show. This is the touchscreen Amazon Echo.
Really quick, the Google. This might be a stupid question, but the Google Home, because I have a Alexa ecosystem at home. Get it? Because my wife's name is Alexa.
I get it.
How hard
But,
is that?
We switched it to Echo.
Oh, I see.
Does it sync up? Like if I were to buy just this Google Home Mini.
It's a completely different ecosystem.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
But you can sync it up with pretty much everything.
Because I was gonna say $5.
Yeah.
Like you're almost cheap.
you have to almost.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get it.
Amazon Echo shows the touchscreen Amazon Echo. There's also an Amazon Echo Spot coming out on December 19th, so you can pre-order it, have it delivered before Christmas. It's like a little alarm clock. It's spherical. It is so cool looking. $120. It is very, very cool.
Pause. I'm looking at the Walmart page for the Google Home Mini right now, and I just clicked Add to Cart, but I didn't choose a color. And in bright red, where you choose, it says, Choose Actual Color! Exclamation point.
I went with charcoal. I'm going to add it to my cart.
Oh, I'm doing charcoal as well.
Why are you
I
doing
want a
charcoal?
chalk.
Yeah, chalk.
Yeah, my home is kind of white, so it'll blend in more.
Shipping $5.99.
Oh, that kind
Do
of.
in-store pickup.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. store pick
Yeah.
up. It's very good.
Going on, UE Boom. This is a Bluetooth speaker, the best of the Bluetooth speakers out there. You can find them on sale for $100 if you.
Are they better than Bose?
This is Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. But they normally retail for like $200. But like I said, you can find them on sale. If you want to do the upgrade, do a Mega Boom. Tony has that one.
I love my Mega Boom.
Mega
It's
Boom.
cylindrical. The sound output is amazing. It's the best brand out there, and they're water resistant.
How often do you guys
Great,
actually
great
use
product.
yours?
I use mine a couple times a week.
Yeah, I use mine whenever I can, which is maybe once every 2 weeks. They're loud. They're very, very loud. It's, it's like having a boombox with you, but they're tiny and they sound better than a boombox of old. But that's my list.
I got a couple things I added on there. I love fidget spinners, so maybe think about a good quality fidget spinner for those you love that have a little bit of ADD action going
So
on.
how did you get your awesome quality fidget spinner?
I used I got mine actually at a
Comic book convention?
Comic-Con, yeah, Salt Lake Comic-Con. Thank
It's
you,
pure
James.
metal.
And it's pure metal. The company
Where is it?
That's downstairs.
Oh.
The company is Spinetic, and I keep meaning to talk to them because I wanted to do a review of a couple of their spinners if they wanted to participate in that. But I really like the one that I bought there. I think it was like $25 somewhere around there, but it's all metal. The bearing's super good. You can swap the bearing out. They have different bearings you can buy. You can order and have them sent to your house. But a good quality fidget spinner,
What's the price point on that?
like $25,
Not bad.
roughly around there, I think. Let's see. And then going up from there, to go along with the SNES Classic, the 8-bit Do SN30 2.4 gigahertz are the wireless SNES Classic controllers.
How much are those?
$25.
Really? I thought they were 40.
No, $25.
That's not bad.
They come out in 2 weeks. It's pre-order, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's 8-bit Do, and they have a very good track record with Bluetooth controllers. So $25 a piece for those, and it fixes that issue of having a tiny controller cord on the SNES.
The issue that everybody has.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a heads up, too. I know we were just barely talking about it, but Google Home right now is actually trending on Twitter.
Boom.
That's really funny. For the Mini.
Yeah.
So.
Moving up a little bit in price point, I like the Google Chromecast 4K. I think that's
I'll be upgrading this year, I think.
a good device. The Chromecast is very simple to use, and if you have a 4K TV HDR, it's a good addition.
It's the only device that will support, outside of an Android TV, that will support 4K HDR YouTube.
Yep. So I like that quite a bit.
How much is that?
I think, what are those, $50? I
I
think
thought they were 70.
maybe they're 70. Yeah, you could probably find it on sale for around 50. I bet.
Yeah, I'll be going for the Roku 4K Ultra, the new.
That's a good one too.
Box.
You can
Yeah.
find them for about 54.
Yeah,
So that I think that's what we're gonna do is go for the Roku 4K Ultra this year.
nice. And then for your well-heeled gadget lovers, a pair of headphones that I would really like to get, but I don't want to shell the money out for right now. The Sony WH-1000XM2.
That's catchy.
It just flows right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So these are Sony's highest-end Bluetooth headphones.
Are these the ones we tried at CES?
These are the next model up from the ones we tried at CES.
The ones we tried at CES were good.
Yeah, these are even better. Their sound is slightly better, which is saying something because those sounded
They
fantastic.
put out a new model that quick?
Yeah, and the issue was that model we tried had a weak headband, and there was a lot of people that were having cracks show up and things snapping on the cup connection and things like that.
Man,
So
if Sony could iterate this quickly with smartphones, they might actually sell some.
no kidding.
Hey-o!
So Sony has iterated on this one very quickly. The WH-1000XM2 supposedly ironed out all the build quality issues and sounds slightly better and has, I think, 5 to 7 hours longer battery life. So
Wow.
It's a win all around. But those ones, I did see one set on sale over Black Friday weekend for $298. They normally sell for $350.
Ooh.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not for the faint of heart if you don't appreciate the audio quality stuff. Like if regular headphones are good enough for you, then don't worry about these. But high quality Bluetooth headphones. As far as that goes, these are cream of the crop. They've reviewed higher than Bose stuff.
Even higher than the Quiet Comfort 35s?
Yeah, they've reviewed higher than that. They have better noise canceling than the QC 35s.
I got the pair of Sennheiser that I was telling you about.
And they have also reviewed better than the Sennheiser
I
Bluetooth with
don't like them at all.
noise canceling.
I'm going to send it back.
Yeah. Did you get the noise canceling ones?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just got the $99 ones, the ones that were promoted across like Amazon, Best Buy.
I gotcha.
And they're not very good.
So yeah, $300 to $350, expensive, but if you're into Bluetooth headphones, they're about as good as you get. Okay.
Real quickly for the person in the fantasy football league that I said I would bring up fantasy football this week and make James confront his death babies.
Demons.
The James' death babies. James, how's that going for you?
Disappointment.
Okay. As we talked about at the beginning of the podcast,
my team is so bad that it makes me understand how my dad could have walked out.
Oh man,
dude, that's karma. You made fun of me so much for this, and look how poorly you're doing that.
Yeah, I called it a right blocker. It's running back. I'll save that term now that I've got it. I'm like Moss from the IT crowd. I have to create a database of sports words. Running back. And anyway, but yeah, I told this person I was trying to find it. Thank you, league member that reminded that I told would do this, but I didn't do it very well. That would make you confront your death babies, but I'll be confronting your death babies in like a week or two.
You gonna crush them?
I think so.
It's gonna crush your death babies.
I mean, if I'm top in the league right now, for doing basically nothing. I mean, I did some trades, and I think they were good. In fact, I got a message that said that somebody started a message that stopped trading with me.
I wish you could see James' face as listener. I wish you could see James' face.
Yeah, it's really entertaining. Thank you for introducing me to fantasy football, James. It's been a really great experience. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know I could beat you.
It's great. I've been doing it for the last like 6 years.
Yeah. Have you ever won before?
No.
Have you ever been 9-3 before? Because I'm 9-2 right now. I don't.
Wow, okay.
You're like 2 and.
Okay, that sounds great.
2 and a lot.
And a lot. I don't. Let me. Actually, I've got it right here. 2 and 8. Yeah.
Does it feel good?
You've only won 2 games?
I'm surprised I actually won those too. With how bad my death babies are.
It was. I was surprised. I had no expectations. I thought.
Would you do it again next year?
No. I'm retiring on top.
He's gonna win and retire. Never look back.
Even if the next 4 weeks or whatever happen and I get smashed by somebody that is way better
You're still
than
going to
me,
the playoffs.
even if they beat me, I've done so well up to this point. I'll still retire. It's like when I beat my brother who was unbeatable at GoldenEye, and I just stopped right there. I never played the game.
That was the last game you ever played?
I was like, I beat him. I'm done. I'm never playing again.
Nice.
And also the game, what's the next one? The Wii came out.
Perfect Dark?
Week.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyway. That was it. That was the only thing I wanted to add on there.
All right. Good.
That wraps us up there.
Glad you did.
I think on that note, we're pretty much done. This is officially the longest episode we've ever had.
Wow.
We just hit 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we said there was no news.
I know. We just rambled on about stuff nobody cares about, probably.
We're almost sorry.
Yeah.
Not really.
Let's put a bullet in this one, Owen.
Hey guys, we hope you care.
Bah!